Groundhog Day.
Happy Groundhog.
Yeah, we gotta turn the lights down. This is crazy. It's always something.
It's
always something in a live video. All right, let's go find YouTube people.
How do I look?
There we are. It looks super contrasty on YouTube too.
Well, I'm still adjusting the lights at this point in time.
Okay.
We're going back in time. How's that look? A little better? Yeah.
It's very. I look very pale, but what else is new?
Well, the other thing is, what's the actual resolution on this? If you find that your resolution is a little meh, check that and that little gear at the bottom of your screen on one of these things. Sometimes a single broadcast is like 360.
So far, this is a fascinating live video.
You get like, YouTube and it's like 360 dots. I'm like, jeez, it's like your phone would do that 10 years ago. Oh, man.
So how's everyone's Groundhog Day? Apparently, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, but Staten Island Chuck did not see his shadow, so I don't know. Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter. Good. Hi, Eric, and hi, Gettysburg Ma'am. Okay, we got some people on the YouTubes.
Well, all right. We do, in fact. Hello.
Yay.
Awesome. The settings are a little strange tonight, but not too surprised, I suppose.
It's because it's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day. I thought that was Mercury retrograde.
It is also Mercury retrograde.
Well, last week we were coming to you from lovely downtown Newark. And some of you tuned in and enjoyed that.
Oh, okay. Wesley says Chesapeake Chuck didn't see his either.
Well,
I'm considering this a good sign.
There's also, who was the fellow in
Hi, Doug.
Staten Island?
Some people. That was Staten Island Chuck.
Staten Island Chuck. And then we also have Chesapeake Chuck. Wow, we got a lot of Chucks going on.
Hi, Julie.
Got a lot of groundhogs.
Yeah, we've got, a lot of groundhogs.
we see groundhogs around our house, but just not at this time of year.
Oh, no shadows seen in southeast lower Michigan. Well, good. I consider it good. I know some people love winter, but I'm not one of them.
Here's the general issue here, is that groundhogs are mammals that hibernate, so you have to wake them up for them to take a look. And they're always a little groggy, and like, would you trust somebody who had just woken them after 2 months? What do you think? I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Gee, you seem a little drunk. No.
Oh, hi, Alan and Elizabeth. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric says, I'm going through amnesia and deja vu at the same time.
I'm having a bourgeois day. I can't remember anything.
I'm having a bourgeois day, too. Hi, Lisa and Errol. I assume because you say we made it. Yay!
Ding! There we go.
All of the insanity of Groundhog Day calls for a cocktail.
Oh, it does. That's a fine idea.
I couldn't agree with you more, Peter.
All I can say to that is...
Who else besides me would like a lovely libation?
Listening for the responses. Listening patiently.
I decided that this evening I'm going to make one of my favorites, my very special to me, martini.
Oh, haven't had one of those in a while.
Let me grab my pitcher.
Or as Nick Charles would say, cocktail? Cocktail? I have to try one of those sometime.
And grab me some ice.
Ice is a good idea.
The ice is in a different place than usual.
I'm just making room so we can see the whole display.
All right.
The tableau.
I'm going to start with some ice in my pitcher. What do I do with my...
What do you do with your pitcher? Can't help you there, lady.
I'm getting there. That seems good.
That seems like a reasonable amount for it. This is actually designed for a different purpose, but will serve perfectly fine as a martini mixer-upper.
I'm going to start with 2 ounces of gin. I'm using rhodium gin from Rhode Island Spirits.
An excellent product, actually. If you happen to be in Little Rhodey, stop on by.
Oh, Queen Charlotte saw her shadow. This is getting confusing. Queen Charlotte saw her shadow.
You know, half of these little rodents there didn't, and half of them did, and I start to think, is this like your horoscope?
Not to mention they're giving him a drink after waking him up.
Yeah, really.
So I'm starting with 2 ounces of gin.
We have a note here to watch your mailbox Friday. Take a look. Thank you. Oh, boy.
Oh, thank you, Gettysburg Ma'am. I'm excited.
One seriously enjoys receiving little packages in the mail.
2 ounces of gin. And my formula, which is different from Paul's, I'm going to do 1/3 of an ounce. I really hope we have more sweet vermouth than this.
That's dry vermouth.
Dry vermouth, I mean.
Yeah.
of dry vermouth.
Yeah. I think you're perfectly fine for our purpose right here tonight.
But we do have more, right?
Clearly. Well, that's it for the dry. So.
I have plenty for tonight.
You're plenty for tonight.
That's not what I wanted to
After
hear.
that, going to have to get some more. We've been using the loose now, which, as it turns out, is a really nice.
Yeah, it is.
I recommend that you upgrade your vermouth if you're still working with the, say, $4 bottle of vermouth, because these are a little nicer for not much more. And
here we go.
if your drink has 2 ingredients in it, make them count. That's what I say.
There we go.
I saw my shadow.
I saw my shadow.
No, that's a good gag.
All right, so it doesn't want to stir yet.
Yeah, have to keep beating it up.
There we go. All right. 2 ounces. It's really loud. 2 ounces of gin and a third of an ounce of dry vermouth. And then I'm going to strain into a chilled cocktail glass. That's your cue.
Oh, it's my cue to
Give me a chilled cocktail glass.
Chilled cocktail glass.
All right. Go through the hole.
You know what I'm saying.
Go through the hole. All right. Get rid of this, please.
Oh, waiter, would you get rid of
that? You know, I could just pour it over the lip, but I don't trust it to just not go everywhere. So.
You know, as it turns out, that ice would have ended up in your glass.
Yes.
So, you know, this is not an iced drink. I know one person who drinks this with ice. We were just discussing over the past weekend how in a lot of places, if you order a martini, you should get it like this. It's an up drink. If you order Manhattan, the last few times I've said, yeah, I'd like that. They come in, it's a rocks glass with rocks. And I think, yeah, it's a legit way to serve Manhattan, but I like them up.
I'm going to try to get more out of it.
Yeah,
strain into your chilled cocktail glass.
You can squeeze that gin juice and see how it goes, eh?
Be sure to get every drop.
Going for every last drop.
Garnish. Garnished with 3 olives.
With 3 olives. And there you go. So that's about 2 ounces to a third of an ounce. I think I'm...
Oh, Errol, I see you on YouTube. Hello.
Interesting. How is that? Haven't had one of these in a while, so I'm going to have to sample it. As if he hasn't had a martini before.
Is there a shadow version of the Funhouse mirror effect? Probably.
By Funhouse mirror, you mean a Funhouse mirror?
Oh, hi, Michael. Good to see you.
You mean a Funhouse mirror or that like
and hi, Devin.
Heavy optical look of the cover of the Stooges Funhouse? Just asking.
Oh, the trip was great, Devin. Thank you for asking.
Hi, Youngs.
Oh, my grandmother's birthday, Lisa said, would have been today. She was born in 1911. Oh.
Oh, yeah? I bet she could drink like a sailor.
I bet she could like a sailor.
I bet she could drink the sailors under the table, you know? They're all like, out, and she's just like, guys, where'd you go? We're doing shots. Boom. And if
hi, Marty. Good to see you.
1911, like she would have been like kicking 110. She would have still been cursing like a sailor and drinking them under the table. I'm going to tell you. A good martini is a great kind of thing, isn't it? You know, it's a simple drink, well made. You have to get it really cold or it is just terrible. I've had them in the tropics, and they'll serve it to you in that little conical without the stem and a bed of ice.
Without the mirrors.
So you can keep that like in the ice. Take a drink, keep it in the ice, but the ice melts too fast. So.
Getty's ring, ma'am. I saw my shadow too and thought, geesh, my shadow has gotten whiter since the last Groundhog Day. LOL.
Oh. Maybe it's the
lockdown.
Maybe it's just stocking up for the winter. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'm doing it without the mirrors.
But that's a good gag.
I haven't found the thin mirror yet.
You need that 3-way mirror that makes everybody look like they're going to help. So.
Oh, Devin says, I never had a martini. What do they taste like? Well, if you like gin, I'm sure you'll love it.
If you like gin, it's going to taste like gin. And if you're one of those people who's like vodka martini, not going to taste like much. You can add some flavors to it, though. The martini variations, gee, that sounds like a piece by either Bach or Zappa, is you could actually make them dirty, where you toss in a little bit of that juice from the olive, a little brine from the olive jar. And some people really like that. Some people kind of start pouring mostly brine.
I like my martini nice and clean. Not dirty.
You can make it...
I mean, I don't hate a dirty martini.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy a clean martini.
Isn't Dirty Martini a burlesque performer?
Yes.
Yeah. So...
Oh, wait. No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
I believe so. And so, coffee martini.
Oh, hi, Marcy.
I will simply say, like
Good to
right off the
see
bat,
you.
a martini is this, and anything else calling itself a martini with liqueurs and whatnot is a cocktail, and perhaps simply
A mixed drink.
Perhaps simply a mixed drink.
If it doesn't have bitters, it's a mixed drink.
Yeah, and martinis originally did have bitters, so that counts. This one does not. So technically, I don't know, but that's a matter of some kind of opinion. But if you go to a place and they serve you like 3 liqueurs and a twist of lime and they call it a martini, it's like, no, not happening.
They're calling it a martini because of the glass shape.
Popularly known as a martini glass. Okay, I can accept that. But it's also more generically known as a cocktail glass. So that's the thing, and I certainly think that anybody out there who's like slinging these things and saying, I like martinis, that has like going to...
Oh yeah, Marty definitely
liqueur,
has a chilled glass.
No, definitely not. Martini, it's 2 ingredients. You've got to get that very cold. Very cold. You could keep your bottle in the freezer and get that thing like down to 0 or whatnot, and that's a good idea, actually. But you do want to dilute it a bit, and away you go.
Oh, Marty, see... Oh, dirty martinis are best with vodka. I have not had a dirty martini with vodka.
No.
But I would try that.
I would try it. I've certainly had them with gin, and I had no problem with them. I take them straight. Yeah, that's no problem. She likes it proportions of vermouth a little less than mine. I think about 4 to 1 is good with me. Some people like it like more vermouth, less vermouth.
Oh, Eric's asking, is there a good beverage that uses honey as an ingredient? And Errol says mead. But yeah, you made the bee's knees has honey.
Let's put it this way: mead is actually a base of the liquor.
There are some
so you're using that to
honey.
ferment, and you're coming up with something that's like honey wine. Now that's a classic old school.
Lisa, you're
product.
correct. A martini can be made with gin or vodka. Theoretically, if it's made with vodka, it's a vodka martini.
Vodka martini.
Like you would order a martini or a vodka martini. Now, every time I order a martini when I'm out, they ask me gin or vodka. So,
which is the right
whatever.
question. I usually say gin
yeah,
martini.
Marty. Yes, Marty, you're correct. You should definitely keep vermouth in the fridge.
And why is that?
Because it's a wine.
It's a wine product. You would keep your white wine in the fridge because it will spoil. You keep your vermouth in the fridge for the same reason.
Old Phil looked like his shadow was a bit wider since last Groundhog Day too.
Wasn't it? He's been hibernating. He's stocked up all summer. Now he's just like, I'm fat and I'm sleepy. Why are you waking me up? What the hell is your people problem here anyway?
Yes, Devin, though, thank you for asking. We had a great trip.
Yep.
The event was super fun. Inuhele
Yep.
in Atlanta. It was really fun. We saw
It's a fun event, and it's not a huge
so
event.
many people we love. It was great.
I think people were really been anticipating, but they
Yeah.
came out for this thing. They really represented the local Atlanta contingent. Really came out, and they were like, I think they were running like a couple of rooms there. There was hospitality suites that were just
Hi, Marcus. Good
great.
to see you here.
So big shout out to the Atlanta crew because they were very
I got
welcoming.
you, babe. Yes.
Southern hospitality. That's right. Got you, babe. So
Marcus from the VIP room. And I wanted to shout out, too, we have several patrons here. Wanted to shout out our Patreon patrons. We love you all.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind
And the
if I do.
people from the VIP room. If you're not in the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen VIP room, it's free to join. Just go to our Facebook page and look for our group.
And the VIP room, you're requested to answer a few questions. Make sure you do, because otherwise we will have a tendency to not respond. But if you do, and they're simple questions, then we're glad to let you in.
Yeah, Marcy's asking, are you making martinis because we didn't have one last day? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was thinking I haven't had a martini in a minute.
In some time.
So,
And I will tell you, after 3 days worth of all of the tropicals, I kind of feel like a classic. And speaking of which...
Oh, Eric wants to know, my girlfriend would like to know if there's a mocktail version of the snowball.
What's in the snowball?
I forget what's in we've made that,
We've
but
made
I
snowball.
forget what's in it.
I tell you, there's a mocktail version of the martini, which I have made. And
He has made a mocktail martini.
on a future
before.
broadcast, I may be persuaded to whip that out too. Excuse me while I whip this out.
He needs to lay off the cocktails. Phil.
Phil, man.
He's just going to go back to sleep.
Yeah, he's like totally
Happens.
go. Tongariki?
Yes, Tongariki chapter did treat us like royalty, Marcy.
And,
Is
and they've
correct.
got the local thumb on on Trader Vic's too. It's like he was ordering like very specific drinks with specific liquors because he knows the bartender, and he's just like, no, he didn't make this right. I'll go and talk to him. And so this is great. If you're like, well, what do they got that's like kind of off menu? It's like, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, there's this thing that there's this real stereotype of Southern hospitality, and sometimes stereotypes are okay. I'm good with that one, and I was very welcoming in return. They're a great crowd, really.
Doug, I have to read Doug's comment because it is so true. He says, every home bar needs a dedicated Frigidaire, ice, vermouth, amaros, sparkling wines, glassware. It's a must. Yes, this fridge is way too small for our bar.
Yeah. It serves its purpose, and I think it's going to last forever because it's one of these Canmore things from the 70s.
It never says die, even though there's part of me that kind of wants it to say die so we can get a bigger fridge.
A lot noisier, but I managed to kind of prop it properly so that it's not completely grounding out and making it help.
Yeah, Kitty's bringing me up and says, I go back to sleep too if I drink too many coffees. Right.
I can admit to that activity, yes. You don't say.
Do you want to make yourself a drink?
I don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's a good thing. So anyway, the last word on martinis. Is it gin or vodka? Is it gin or vodka, et cetera, et cetera? When this thing first came on the scene in the 19th century, what people were drinking was gin.
Ooh.
Basically, nobody around New York was drinking vodka because there wasn't enough of a population from Eastern Europe, Poland, Scandinavia, Russia, to make that a big thing.
Joe's here.
Hey, Joe! Happy Groundhog!
And Devin is drinking another white wine Bloody Mary. I love it.
Oh, well, you see, that's a fun idea because that works. It lightens up the Bloody Mary a little bit, and if you like all that tomato juice.
Here it says, I don't need to drink to sleep anymore.
Well, that's a thing too now, isn't it? I got to say that during the aforementioned Inuhele, there, at one point, a bartender handed me a bottle of premix Bloody Mary. I think he had taken the premix, that was just the juice, thrown in the booze and a whole ton of dill and repackaged it. And he needed to get rid of it. So he was like, you want this? I'm like, uh-huh. I said, yeah, I can get rid of that. And you know what I did? I entered the room and said, anybody want Bloody Marys? And they're like, yeah, I'd love a Bloody Mary. So, like, that died. And I took a sample. I'm not a big fan of the drink because I'm not a big tomato juice fan. So... you've probably heard me say it before, yeah, but you know what? When I make it, it's a very good thing. It's a great brunch cocktail. It's not for everything. If you're in the mood for a martini, it's not a sub.
Iced tea, no lemon.
Iced tea, no lemon. Hello. There we go.
All right. Eric says, I've been geeking myself into oblivion.
Yeah, well, that happens too now, doesn't it?
It does.
But so anyway, so this is originally a gin drink, but over time and over marketing purposes, mid-20th century, you got a company. That would be the Smirnoff Company. Smirnoff Company. And you had an owner of that company, that was John Martin, who needed to move some cases of Smirnoff. And he's like, what am I going to do with this?
Smirnoff.
Because the actual pronunciation is Smirnoff.
I've always heard Smirnoff.
Yes, well, that's because this is a very Western way of pronouncing it. Smirnoff. Probably Smirnoff is even more to the point.
I've heard Smirnoff.
Yeah. So he had to move some cases of the product. What's he going to do? He comes up with a drink.
Makes me crave a bagel.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. A schmear?
Schmear, no.
A schmear and off. Is that schmear and off? Yes, okay, no problem. So he comes up with the Moscow Mule, and that's a tall one. That's the vodka with the ginger beer, some lime. Real easy, high one. And it's a specialty drink. It comes in the copper mug, etc. Some people love these things. I like a Moscow Mule. And start selling a lot of vodka. And then somebody starts like subbing the vodka in the martinis, and then suddenly people are doing that. So that's where that comes from.
I will go back. I've sort of neglected our Amazon store, but you've lit a fire under me. I will go add some stuff.
You want to go find the link and drop that in, and you find the link and I'll make a drink?
Ah, Jessica loves a Moscow Mule.
Shall we say?
Well, that is a woman with good taste.
A mule is just a tall one that you can nurse along for a while. And it's got a lot of fluid, which is a good idea. It's got a lot of pep because it's ginger beer, not ginger ale.
Gettysburg Man was asking, how was your road trip back to New York? Pretty uneventful. If it had been a road trip, it probably would have been uneventful, but we flew.
Yes, it was a flying trip.
So, of course, it turned into a Kafka-esque exercise.
Adventure of several different twists and turns.
Delays and weirdness. I need to talk about trying to get out of the long-term parking at Newark Airport.
That was Kafkaesque.
Because that really was like being trapped in a Kafka play.
3 hours of delay in ATL is really not...
And honestly, 3 hours of a delay is not terrible.
Not terrible. It's a very clean airport. There were plenty of places to eat that really were serving reasonable food. And you grab a beer there, sure. If you have to hang. We actually ran into some friends from Inageli. So we yacked with them for another half hour. I would have yacked with them longer if I'd known as the delay went on. But that's it. We got off the ground, we landed, and then we just, fun happens from there. I think I need to make something. And
you need to make a
right
drink, now. And then I will tell the story of trying to get out of the parking lot at Newark Airport.
Let's start with some ice.
Oh, okay. Devin, I will get back to you about that link.
Whoops. Okay, I'll get that later. There's a fun one.
Oh.
So let's start with
hold on. Eric says, I Skyped my niece and sister. Found out my sister has the Blue Bloods cookbook. Have to borrow that. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Oh, I thought you were trying. Oh, yeah. No. We didn't, but we probably would have gotten here in about the same amount of time. We ended up spending the night in Newark because I was just done.
I was pretty
We were supposed to be back home like Monday afternoon, and we ended up getting home like Tuesday because by the time we got back to Newark, I was like, I'm getting a hotel room.
It was just flat out dark, and then it takes another hour to get out of there, and then you're searching around, and you're like, oh, I'm getting a hotel room. And then you're searching around for a bottle of bubbles just to last the evening, and it's just big fun. Big fun around there.
Oh, yeah, Devin, those big ice cubes are the best.
Yep. If you want to drink on the rocks, like, say, Manhattan, old-fashioned particularly, those huge rocks.
Oh, yeah, Lisa, those Bloody Marys will catch up to you.
You don't say.
So anyway.
Okay, I'm going to make a thing.
He's going to make a Manhattan.
You're a martini gal, I'm a Manhattan kind of guy.
All right.
Here we go. This is about as old as a martini.
What are you putting in it?
And it comes from similar circumstances. Now, a Manhattan originally was rye because that's what they were drinking, and we're out of rye, so I'm using bourbon. That's a perfectly acceptable sub. If you want to order one of these things in a place that is not very cocktailian, I say go with bourbon because they're going to grab the bottle of Canadian when you say rye. And I think you want something bolder statement. The bourbon's got a nice smooth profile, which I think works very well for this.
Okay.
The rye is a little sharper. Some would say grassy. It's good stuff. It certainly works for the purpose. The rye is usually higher proof, too. That's 2 ounces. So
Errol, the delays. And you know what? I know that that's not a really long delay, but I knew that what would happen on the other end, and it did.
Could have been worse, let's just say that. I like to do about 4 to 1, so I'm going with
Bill.
I'm going with a half ounce of product at the other end. I know I like to make these perfect. Perfect is both sweet and dry. Originally, this would have been sweet vermouth. Originally, that would have been sweet vermouth. Taste change. I'm really trying to pour a very careful 1/4 ounce of the sweet.
I'm calling it Paul's Perfect.
This is, again, Paul's Perfect. It's perfect. You need to drink nothing else. This is, again, the Vermouth Lustau.
Are you doing a half ounce of the dry, too?
No. 1/4 ounce each.
Oh,
1/4 ounce each.
I thought you said a half ounce.
1/4 ounce each, so it's a total half ounce. There we go. I'm doing a very careful pour.
Well, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, there you go.
I just thought, do you?
Do you, boo?
Okay.
So that's that. Sometimes I add a little bit of the cherry liquor. You've heard about our local cherry. It's very good. And right now, I'm just going with sort of a straight-up perfect. Perfect doesn't make it like a better drink by objective standards. I just like them that way. There we go. Boom. Out the way. I need to add bitters. That's what's going to make this a cocktail. The original bitters used were Abbott's. You cannot get them anymore. But somebody deciphered them with a gas chromatograph.
So how much are you using?
I'm going to use 5 dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I found the formula, and I actually put all the stuff in the jar and infused, and I got Abbott's, and they do taste unique. And
how do you spell Abbott's?
A-B-B.
No, O-T-S. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Going to shake, shake, shake.
Got it.
And let that rest.
All right, so. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Good to see you here.
Well, hello.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Michael says, you're inspiring. Nora is breaking into her Sable. Wait, hold on. Her Sable and Rosenfeld Tipsy Onions and Baltimore Shot Tower Gin. She's the Gibson girl. I love it.
You know, the Gibson, of course.
I love a Gibson, too.
It's one of those variations where you think you switched up the little fruit that's inside of there.
Marty, we
Okay,
love the
fine.
Algonquin. That's such a good one.
Algonquin's a classic. Rye, dry, and pineapple. That's it.
Hey, Abbott.
Easy.
Marcus says.
Hey, Abbott!
Wait.
Abbott!
Okay, hold on. Yeah, hello, Bill. Yeah, 12 days and counting to my birthday. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I love that.
Groundhog saw a shadow and didn't see a shadow. Depends on where you
Oh,
were.
health issue. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you're better, Bill.
I think we
Oh,
all
hi,
know.
Pat. Good to see you.
We all know the simple truth that the sleepy rodent isn't seeing anything whatsoever. He's like, why are you
Okay,
handling
Pat,
me?
the results are mixed.
Yes, they are.
Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. Staten Island Chuck did not.
Chuck.
Chesapeake Chuck did not. But then another one did see it. So, like, it's all over the map here.
And straight into a chilled cocktail glass. And what if I do?
And Kelly the bugger was afraid of our son, 73 today. I would be excited about that. Okay, so... Oh, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, it's not for 12 days. Anyway.
A little full, a lot of sap. And
Oh my God, do you want a straw?
The careful drinker can take care of it like that. Bust this out of the way.
I'm gonna take care of a sip of that for you.
No, thank you. That helps. And garnish with...
I made space for it.
There we go. A cherry. Occasionally, I'll use a cherry in a twist. I like a twist in these. I like a twist in those. And I like twist and whatever else you're doing. Twist and the olives. A little lemony olive, I don't mind that.
So,
Strange,
okay.
There you go. Perfect Manhattan.
So when we pulled into the parking lot at the airport on Thursday morning, the machine wasn't giving out tickets.
No tickets for you.
No problem.
Okay,
It
fine.
read our Easy Pass. You know,
You all have easy
it got
pass,
all of
right?
our information.
Sure, you're good.
So, hi Elizabeth, good to see you.
When you leave, it'll charge you your firstborn, and then you're able to get
Right.
out of there, right?
So, you know, when
Easy.
you leave, it'll read your Easy Pass and see how long you were there, right? So we pull up to the gate to get out. And it becomes obvious that the person at the front needs to back out. So we all back out. This parking lot's full of snow, by the way. We all back out, and he goes over to another line. So then we pull up. And then the next person needs to back out and goes over to another line. And we do this. Same thing. We need to back out. And we all go to this other line, and the guy at the front needs to back out. So we all need to back out. And we get up there, and it says, insert ticket. We don't have a ticket.
Got no ticket.
We got no ticket.
Ain't got no ticket.
So we back out and try another line. And it's the same thing is happening with all these other people. Like everyone's it's like this choreographed ballet of cars backing out of the lane and going into another lane, and nobody can get out. So I think one person got out. I think one person got there on a different day, so they had a ticket. So we pull out and we pull over. And I said to Paul, I was driving. I said to Paul, get out of the car and go ask the guy. Because there was a guy that was kind of wandering.
I didn't find the guy. So now I had to go find the guy. He was nowhere to be
And the
found.
guy, another guy too, was pulled over and was looking for someone because we can't get out of this lot. So, what did he say to you?
The guy.
He said to put the Easy Pass on the dashboard.
He
You
said,
remember that?
put the Easy Pass on the dash and just drive slowly, and it'll recognize it, and then you can go. Okay, fine. So we follow those instructions, and you get up there, and what does it say?
Insert ticket. So,
And
we
you
back
try
out.
everything, not happening.
and the guy is backing out of his, like we're all just backing out of our lanes over and over. And the guy, finally we pull into one and it says insert ticket. And the guy comes over because he, at this point, thinks that we're completely brain dead.
A couple of idiots, apparently.
And I said, we don't have a ticket.
No ticket. We told you that 10 minutes ago.
And he said, oh, go into the other line, the one you were in.
The first one.
The first one.
I guess
So
that's a better line, right? Okay, fine. So,
we go over there and it
back out for
says
the 5th time.
insert ticket.
Insert ticket.
And he came over and I said, we don't have a ticket.
There's no ticket, son.
So he hits, I don't know why he didn't do this like, a long time before. He
Yep.
hits the call button to
And you
call for help.
Talk to the gal who tells you
And she says, put your Easy
Put your
Pass
Easy
on the
Pass on the
dashboard. And I'm like,
dash.
yes, on the dashboard.
and drive slowly back and forth. And finally, she gives the one good piece of advice.
She's
All
like,
right.
back out of the lane and I'll reset the lane. And I said,
oh, you'll do this manually. So this is what happened.
yeah. So we finally got out of that parking lot. But by the time we got out of that parking lot, I was like, I'm not driving home. Yeah, because we don't live close to Newark Airport. So
hello.
Anyway,
big fun.
No, Pat, I have no idea when spring will arrive.
I will tell you this much about spring.
All I know is I'm not at Newark Airport anymore.
I will tell you. Yeah, I will tell you my first point. Don't sell us
Groundhog stew.
Delicious. They eat a lot of greens, they're probably tasty. I will tell you this much about when spring will arrive.
Oh.
The calendar will tell you when spring will arrive.
Marty has a fabulous home bar, you guys.
Oh, it does actually, yeah. The calendar will tell you when spring will arrive, and if you get there and doesn't feel like spring yet, you're not in spring. Or it might happen earlier, it might happen later, but really...
I'll sell you my firstborn for cheap.
When you step outside and things are finally defrosted and the sun feels warm and you can kind of taste it, it's like, I can kind of smell grass. That's when spring's arriving. That's the thing, when you're finally over.
You sure it's a Kafka experience or a real life MC Escher experience? I could see that too.
Escher with all those repeating patterns and pictures. Yeah, he was kind of brilliant.
I mean, there comes a point where you're like, am I going to die of old age in this parking lot?
You're wondering how, when, and whom. Hey,
or am I going to blast through the gate doing 98 like in Convoy?
Let those truckers roll 10-4. Are you getting a little peckish?
I am getting a little peckish.
Oh, well, we have things we can make here. Yeah, let me go get some food. We got some stuff we can put in.
The air fryer.
Hello. Kind of lives on the bar.
Air fryer.
Yeah,
we're going to air fry it again.
We stocked on the nuts.
Although we're not going to.
Yeah.
We're just going to put Trader Joe's gyozas in the air fryer, but that's okay. We're using the air fryer. Oh, the ice storm is headed for the Midwest. Oh, geez. We got really lucky here in more ways than one, because you know how stressed out I was when we got out of the airport. We got to the hotel and Paul got a text from our neighbor showing that he had used his snowblower in our driveway. So we came home to a clear driveway. So our new neighbor is the best. He really is. And we didn't get that much snow anyway. But yeah, he came up. What do I need to heat it to?
Yeah, preheat that baby over there to where it's at looks good.
How long?
Give that about 5 minutes, I guess. Okay. It'll be fine. Taking some seeds.
Probably more like 7 minutes, but whatever.
Hey.
Hi, Amy. Good to see you.
Oh, Zoom went long. I tell you.
Jeez.
That was worth it. Probably not, though.
Oh, hi, Ken.
Hey. Hello.
Ken says, the Punxsutawney Committee celebrates their history, but they used to eat the thing with German beer in the afternoon. Oh.
I tell you.
That would motivate the marmot to pick early spring.
We had, for a while there, we had the groundhogs living under the house, and they would come out and eat our plants. So we started caging things in. And
Pat, we love the air fryer.
The little bastards had nothing except grass. Thank you very much.
See, Errol says, my dad always said, don't plant until about 2 weeks after Easter. That has proven to be outstanding advice. What I've heard here, the wisdom I've heard where we are is Mother's Day. But even then, we've had some frost after Mother's Day, so I don't know.
I've seen frost very late in the game.
Ken says I would put the woodchuck in the air fryer. Oh!
They eat a lot of greens. You bet they're tasty,
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
These sleet, I think sleet is way worse than snow. Man,
sleet
terrible.
Sleet, you're just going to slide all over the place if you have to go somewhere.
Sleet's worse.
And if you're getting it, don't go anywhere. It's a really bad idea. Oh, man.
Recombobulation area. Daunting airport experience. Oh. Finding an area called where's the recombobulation area? That sounds, every airport needs one of those.
I could use that every time I fly.
Newark is not for the faint of heart.
No, it really isn't. And I found out by just sort of doing a minor amount of investigation. This is the oldest established airport in the United States. I doubt it's the oldest aerodrome anywhere, but I think it's the oldest still operating as an airport. Established in 1928.
Devin, that's so sweet. I love that.
1928. Wow. There
Devin
was certainly,
has a good neighbor too.
Oh yeah? Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome. There are certainly older airfields historically out there, but this one's still operating after all that time. It was apparently a pretty good strip there near Newark, and it worked for all the biplanes, and then eventually it started running the big rigs, and then they're sending things across the big pond.
You're making me want to check our weather, so now I'm doing it.
Let's check it out, folks, shall we?
Right now we have a dense fog advisory.
Dense. I talked to that fog. That fog was pretty dense.
I see 73. Ooh, 73. No, 73% chance of crap weather.
Ah!
73. Dude. Oh, wintry mix on Friday. Boo! I guess we're getting it too.
Hey, you know something? I would take 73 minus 30 degrees right now because we're actually getting much less. Although actually today was in the 40s. Things were melting. I was able to get a lot of sleet off the driveway. That was nice.
Yeah, because our driveway was kind of like an ice rink, but
you know, it drips and then it melts. It gets really hazardous where you have to walk. So I really have to hand it to my man next door because he took care of it. You know, the last time he helped us take care of it, I gave him a case of beer.
I know.
Maybe that was a minor amount of motivation.
This time we were in Atlanta when he took care of it.
I mean, he does not need to do these things for me, and he says, "Oh, you don't need to do anything." I think, you know.
Yeah, I do.
You know.
I really do.
Yeah, you saved my lower back. I feel like I do. I really do. So we can figure that out. I figured out what he needed. He needed a case of Jenny.
We're gonna get nailed on Friday. Well, it's supposed to rain on Thursday, but the really bad stuff's coming on Friday.
Yeah. Well, we'll be here. We'll be in.
In Vegas, 2 weeks after Easter, Mother's Day is like 1,000 degrees. I love it.
Yeah. Well, you know that sounds like Vegas now, doesn't it? Because you're in the desert. Which is interesting about Vegas.
Collapsing bridge. That's scary.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
Second time that's happened in as many years, right?
3 below on Saturday, Pat says. Oh. Yikes.
Lovely. Guess we'll get frost.
Oof. Oh, Atlanta was great, Amy. We missed you. We really did miss you.
We really did. And you would adore it.
You'll have to come next year.
You would adore the event. And if you simply want to, if you have an excuse to get to Atlanta and check out the downtown area, a few local environs, a couple of tiki joints and a burger joint, and something called Trader Vic's. Oh yeah, you'd really enjoy it. This is apparently the last Trader Vic's in North America. Apparently Emeryville is going away. Am I announcing that to people? This makes my heart sad.
Hi, Satellite. Good to see you.
Emeryville Trader Vic's is brilliant, and if I won the Powerball tomorrow, I'd go to them and say, I'm going to buy the place because I'm gonna.
Oh, Peter's asking if we had a good cocktail at Newark Airport. We had a good cocktail. Well, we had some drinks when we got back to the hotel room, believe me. David says 65 there today. Okay.
At Newark Airport, we had a freebie coming to us because you decided you chose the cocktail. And since this was like the second time we'd been there in about 5 days, I go in and the guy's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He recognized me. So I said, she wanted a sidecar. So I talked to the guy, and he's like, I don't know what that is. You know, they had a young trainee there. I said, margarita, but with brandy. Oh, okay. So he proceeds to make a margarita. What's his margarita? Pint glass.
Yeah, it came in a pint glass.
Lot of ice. He gives a pretty heavy pour on the brandy. He had some pretty decent brandy, as it turns out. And then he's got some orange liqueur, pretty heavy pour on the orange liqueur. And then he's like, so sour mix, right? I'm like, no, you already put some liqueur in there, just lemon juice. Oh, grabs the green bottle that says real, pretty heavy pour on that. I'm like, no, that's enough. Good. And, and a lot of ice, stir. Here you go.
It tasted heavily of fake lemon juice.
Fakey lemon.
But it was free.
Free is good.
We got a free drink. So.
When I had the guy make the Mai Tai, I said, do this, and this, and that was pretty bang on. It was really not bad.
Oh my gosh, Eric, the previous week was on a bus crossing that bridge that collapsed.
Oh, good grief.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. You know, my only experience with that,
oh, no.
if you go back to 2016, We're in San Francisco.
Oh, thank you, Gettysburg Ma'am.
Yeah, there you go.
Gettysburg Ma'am saying, please make sure you give the live a thumbs up. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Aww.
Much appreciated. Hey, if it helps with good old YouTube here, great. I think they ignore us, and that's the end of that, but there you go.
All right, so you got to read Joe's comment. But,
Imboic.
yeah, because
Irish weekend.
someone else was talking about that today, too. Okay, I think this is ready.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Wow.
There we go. Boom. Getting some gyoza. Some gyoza.
Yeah, it was good to get a free drink at that point, let me tell you.
Could you give us, I think we said like probably about 7 or 8 minutes on that week.
I think that was too much last time.
I think we did.
All right.
I thought we did 8 last time. Give it 6 minutes. 6 minutes if you can.
I can't. What? Okay. All right. Here you go.
Oh, how about that?
My drink's empty, so I'm going to make another drink.
You're not. You don't have the power to do another drink. I'll let you restart this whole thing.
What?
Anyway.
I want another drink.
Okay.
So, the pinwheel was invented in 1919 in Boston in time to power planes at Newark Airport. I didn't know that.
The pinwheel? What's a pinwheel? Is that a power plant?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Ken, what is that?
Yeah, let us know.
Hello, Nora. Okay.
Hey, Phil.
Hi, Philip. Good to see you. Nora says, speaking of food, the verdict is in one of those S&R tipsy onions. They're, ugh. Oh, no, they're sweet. Okay, I haven't had one of those.
Sweet onions. Wow.
Yuck.
Well, that's a bad idea. Sweet onions on hot dogs is one thing. That's sort of a relish.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like them, but you know, some people.
Peter says in Philly International they have a nice wine bar.
It's Abruzzo.
Abruzzo. Okay.
You are
All right.
correct. Those onions should be sort of in brine now, shouldn't they? You.
Yes, Gettysburg
are
Ma'am.
correct.
Thank you. You are correct. So, I think we need a trivet.
We probably should get a trivet. Remember to reset the cocktails. So.
All right.
So.
Well, I'm ready for a drink. I'm going to make one of my favorites, the martini. And I'm going to make it according to my favorite formula. So I'm going to start by icing my pitcher. Ah! Lost one. And my favorite formula starts with 2 ounces of gin. I'm using rhodium gin from Rhode Island Spirits. It's a good one.
Oh, you're going for a drink. Well, it's about time we made
am.
something, isn't it?
We visited Rhode Island Spirits in November. It was great. If you're in Rhode Island, I highly recommend
Pay them a visit. They have
making
a
a side trip.
tasting room, and you can go and sample some cocktails, and you can sample some booze, and you can buy some product. And they have an excellent gin and vodka. And
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am uses their air fryer daily. I love it.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's become the thing. And I'd heard about it for a while. I thought maybe it's a Vogue instrument, whatever. But then we try it. I'm like, this kind of does exactly what it says it does. So it's kind of brilliant.
I make these slightly differently from Paul. I'm doing 1/3 of an ounce of dry vermouth.
I happen to like that at about a 4-to-1 ratio
Some
myself.
people don't use any vermouth at all, but then it's really just a cold glass of gin.
Then it's just a cold glass of gin and makes you sound a little rummy or a little,
ginny.
A little ginny. Or a little, what's the term they used to use? Blue ruin.
Stir. Over here. Catch up. Who else started singing Ice Ice Baby? Can you Marty, I'm sure we can make a blooming onion.
Blooming
That's a
onion
great
is
idea.
just like a chopped up onion or like a half chopped onion that's deep fried. Throw it in this thing with about 10 minutes and it'll really be done.
Gotta catch up on the onion comments.
Green onion!
I had to rinse my mouth with gin, Nora.
Oh man! The terrible taste of it.
Alright.
It's kind of like you want to toss that entire thing and start over with, I don't know, an olive. Oh, you're right. Sweet belongs nowhere near. Oh, a chilled glass. Yeah, sure.
I'll take a chilled glass.
I got a chilled glass right here.
Thank you.
Well, it's about time you had a drink. Sweet belongs nowhere near a martini. There's the original Martinez was with sweet vermouth, and that potentially makes sense in a very David Wondrich context, historical cocktails. You have to have higher proof booze to make that happen. Contemporarily, it would be terrible. You can make a perfect martini too, and I say, no, don't. Perfect Manhattan, that's a good idea.
I've got a little bit of extra in there, but you know what? I'm going to make room for it.
Yep.
And then I always garnish with 3 olives.
3 olives, okay.
So.
Well, I got you, babe.
Hi, Danielle. Good to see you. Mushy, squishy gumball. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Mushy, squishy onion gumball. That's not
gumball.
okay.
Oniony, like...
That's not okay.
Sickly sweet and smells horrible. That kind of starts to sound like...
Ken says the child's toy, the pinwheel. I didn't know that.
Oh, that pinwheel. Okay.
All right.
Got
I love it.
Got it.
I love that you use your air fryer every day, Gettysburg Man. We use it a lot.
So, hot tip here. Thumbs up gets your video seen by more people. Well, that's a great reason for that. Because our videos are seen by fewer people. And that's just something called an algorithm, which is a way to keep us from being seen. I consider
I'm saying more pink than usual.
I consider it a little discriminatory, and
I
complained about it.
I did turn the lights to pink.
Yeah.
For Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So we made that happen for you. Our walls are very pink and red behind us, so there you go. That's the stuff.
You get my extra. Wait, I didn't get my extra.
Okay.
Hold on.
Go to town.
Hold on.
Yep. Bonus bit.
You'll want to get every drop, as the old commercial used to say. I don't want to lose control of my... There we go.
Are you using a spoon instead of a fork to get every drop? Is this the martini that drinks like a cocktail? Hey, I think we're done.
Okay, you gotta read Errol's comment while I...
Olive and onion. Well, that means you're a martini gal and not a Gibson gal.
A tiny bit of sugar is necessary for pickling, but yeah, I'm with you.
No, the pickling is one thing.
Did you get a trivet?
I did not get a trivet. Let me return and away we go.
Would you like me to get a trivet?
Hard blue lemonade.
I'll get a trivet.
Let's see.
I'm good. I'll go get
lemons,
a trivet.
water, sugar.
Wow.
To make it that way is not what people call a cocktail. You might call it a mixed drink. And the blue curacao is fairly low proof. Now, that could be a really great thing if you want to have a bunch of those because there's not a lot going on. If you wanted to up that ante, you could do a clear rum. You could do a vodka. You could do a gin. Gin certainly belongs in drinks like that. And kind of light products would actually help that along. And probably like something on the proportion of like twice as much gin as you're using curacao. Just to consider. But like keep it reasonable. If you find you've got 4 ounces of gin per cocktail, that's a little heavy. I still wouldn't call it a cocktail. You have no bitters. But it might make a very nice mixed drink. And you can get those proportions.
Careful, it's
Thank
hot.
you very much. It is very hot. Yeah. You get the proportions quite nice, and people would like it.
What are we talking about?
Oh, David says throw some vodka in there. Yeah, you're right. David's on my target right there. You know, if you can add bitters, add orange bitters. That would complement that very well. You could try regular Angostura. That's got a very specific bitter hit some people might not like. Experiment. Here's the thing, like with cooking. Try it before you serve it and see where it goes.
You know, I think you should try it.
Try it
I
out.
really do. Like, I'm looking
Try it
at your comment, and I just, you never know what's going to be good. So
You always have to try it.
oh, thank you, Gettysburg Man. Likes the pink. Okay.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm just catching up.
Yep.
All right, I think I'm caught up.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
you're talking amongst yourselves, which is great.
Please discuss. There we go. So I
Did
think
you
we
bring any
should.
napkins?
I did not.
I will go get napkins.
Napkins.
I'm
Sounds
game.
good too. I will get these because hello, you got something to eat with.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, guess what? We actually have some chopsticks here that say Sapporo. Little shout out there. Mind if I do?
I was just picking mine up with my hands. Would you like a napkin?
I'll take a napkin.
There you
Thank you
go.
very much. There we go.
You're welcome.
So these are the vegetable gyoza from Trader Joe. We do not have a very local Trader Joe, but I happen to have to travel to Westchester County within the past week. And I said, where's the Joe's? It was 2 miles away from where I was. I said, I'm going. And I picked up 4 bags of gyoza. I'm like, dang it. We used to get these regularly when we were closer.
I'm not going to attempt the chopsticks right now. I'm just going to use my fingers.
Very hot.
It's very hot. I might also
I think they're very nicely
hold
done.
off a minute before I attempt to bite into it, lest I burn my head off.
You know? Since it's just the two of us, I'm going to double dip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too hot. Yummy. You listen to us chew.
Nom nom nom. The soap dumplings. Big fun.
Oh, hi, Sherry. Good to see
Hey.
you.
3.5 inches.
Oh, just got in from shoveling snow. Ugh.
Marion, Madam Librarian. I tell you.
Twice as much gin. Now we're talking. I love it. It is good, right, Devin?
Yeah. That's the thing. With a drink like that, you really want to up the base liquor over the liqueur or over the adulterant property. If you're using, say, your fortified wines, which is the
A Gatorade cocktail.
infused wines, which is the vermouth, you want to actually like more of that. I've had a martini.
You've earned a drink.
I've had a martini that was kind of 1-to-1 gin vermouth, and it's like the flavor balance is really off. It's really off. It gets kind of sweetish, and it's like, the dry vermouth is not sweet, so I don't get that, but it was not good. So like lean into that, and that will actually do you well when you decide to start mixing things. It's like more of your base and less of other things. You've also seen cocktails. We had a broadcast we actually had a seminar recently in December where we were talking to a group, and it was just sort of one of these resource groups at a particular business that we know. It was about cocktails because one of the people who works at this company has worked with us on YouTube before, and we got hired on to do this. And a question came up about sidecar cocktail, and the simple question was, and Amy will light up on this one: why can't I get a decent sidecar in Boston? And one of my responses to that was, well, they might be making it according to formula, which I don't think is very good. Standard sidecar formula is 1-1-1, and I think wrong. No, more base, less liquor.
By the way, Sherry, we call that adult rehydration formula.
Yeah.
So yes, go for it on that margarita.
You look at what's in Gatorade and what's in the margarita. Pretty similar. Just one has booze. I know that booze is a little dehydrating, but hey, drink a glass of water between drinks.
Oh, Eric, yeah, I love using chopsticks. I'm just in this particular instance, I'm keeping it simple, but
that's very good.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives says nothing on lounge air fryer. I've been looking up more recipes to share with you. Since we only got back yesterday, we kept it simple.
Easing back in. I actually managed to, well, not exactly win, but what we acquired a Spam cookbook, which was published, I think, a year and a half ago, as a matter of fact. And I've been looking through that, and there were a lot of recipes that involved deep frying. I think immediately before this thing became a big device, they published that, because otherwise they would have been talking about the air fryer. And I think I would not go deep frying right now.
Amy, we definitely have an Indian
anything.
market.
Yeah.
Right here in town.
Absolutely. Well, samosas would be lovely in the deep in this fry. That would be awesome. I had a friend at work who was actually, I think it was pakoras. She was like touting the gluten-free pakoras. And they were awesome. They were so good. She's like, oh, I got them in Queens. It's like, that's exactly where you get such
Didn't
things.
she give you some?
Yeah, she gave me like 2 packages of these things, and we used them for a while.
Yeah.
And we do have a good market.
This one was off gluten.
South Asian foods, and they have some really interesting products there. I have 2 markets, actually. There's one that does primarily sort of subcontinent, and there's one that primarily does Chinese, but they're all over the place. And we have a great market that does Latin foods.
See, this is why I didn't use my chopsticks on the
okay.
live video.
I'm being very careful. I don't want to spill on the laptop over here.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Okay.
These are very good. But we've enjoyed these for years. I don't have access to them.
I can, but, you know, this big things like that, I'm like, this is just a good way to splash soy sauce all over this computer and knock over my drink while we're at it.
The wet watermelon seed. I have heard that a standard Japanese way to teach you to use these is to give you like a whole pile of dried beans, and you have to like transfer it from one plate to the other and back again. And you really learn how to pick things up. They're not hard. People are mystified by these. It's like, well, what do you do? This goes right here and stays, and this one moves around. But just hold this like a pencil. About that much choked out. Some people choke them up even further. Yeah, fine. They're pretty easy. People eat with sticks, sure. Delicious.
I'm hungry. Do we have anything for food?
We have people who actually really can use chopsticks. Once again, 1 stick. Under. Lodge it right there. Put your second stick here. You're controlling that with this finger and the thumb. This does not move. This does. So this actually does all of your picking up. Boom, 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 boom. Don't try to move both sticks or you'll be really screwed. Practice and you'll get it. You can,
that's
you can
the
see
thing.
like
I mean, like I don't.
You'll probably see like 10,000 videos on YouTube.
I couldn't tell someone how to use chopsticks. I just kind of do it.
Spinach and onion.
Hey, Tim. Good to see you.
Yo, you're telling me. Hello. Hungry and thirsty. Get on.
Hungry. Do we have anything to eat?
What's that?
Do we have anything to eat?
We just ate. We're good for a while.
I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just ate. I'm hungry.
Yep. So, anyway.
I'll get some snacks out of the snack machine, I guess.
Snack machine. Yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. Let me bust these away.
Hey, could you bring something to put some snacks in?
I can do that.
Thank you. I need a dish. Oh, Spam, yes. Ooh, Spam and sriracha in the air fryer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of an obvious.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's too big. Can you just bring a little one like that?
Like that?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Fine.
I don't need a whole gigantic bowl of nuts. I have been looking for this thing I've heard about called patience, and I can't find it. Even at Amazon, Eric says. Yeah, Spam. That sounds good in the air fryer. Did we do Spam in the air fryer?
No.
Can you believe we haven't done Spam in the air fryer? I could have sworn we had. Oh, crab rangoon dip. Devin, I made that one time. It was so good.
That was good.
So good. I gotta find it again. If I find the recipe again, I will send it to you. But it sounds like you found it and you made it. So Yum. We had crab rangoon at Trader Vic's the other day.
They were good.
It was so good.
Yeah, they were good. There you go, little dish.
Thank you.
Tell you
Some
what,
nuts, some seeds.
Kind of bust this over to the side
right.
here. Yeah, some nuts, some seeds.
Some nuts, some seeds. No big whoop. Here we go.
Potentially, it sounds like some people we know. Some nuts, some seeds.
Some nuts, some seeds. No big whoop.
Yeah. Nuts and seeds together again.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Get in on that.
We, of course, there is, if you watch the show long enough, you realize that, and what is it, Des Moines? There is a Chinese American restaurant that's been there since about 1907. And they have started serving more Asian, no, well, it was an Asian restaurant to begin with. They started serving pizzas. And they did some funny things with the pizzas, and they will serve you a crab rangoon pizza. We saw this, we said, well, we're here, we can get 100 things, but we have to get that. And that was...
It was good.
That was some kind of awesome. Wow, I think we ate that for days.
I'm just loving your comments about the chopsticks.
The snacks from Kitsch-en the bars is the other brilliant deployment. Just saying.
Yeah.
Get yourself to Des Moines.
Okay, Devin, I will find it. I will. If I don't get back to you immediately, remind me, but I think I probably still have a link to it.
One of our local correspondents was actually really obsessed with crab rangoon to the point where there was a tiki tour, and she was actually getting them from every place and saved them and froze them so she could actually reconstitute later and compare. And then I think that test didn't happen. I was like, opportunity lost. Some of those places aren't there anymore.
Hi, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. You're here. Yeah.
We're just chowing down. Don't mind us.
Having some snacks, that's all. Well, got you, babe. You know, the only thing that is late to the party is I don't have a drink yet. So what the heck? Why don't we start up on that? Let me actually pass this over to you.
Do it.
Make a little rum.
I'm having a martini.
Yeah. The formula that you like, you noted that I tend to like them a little different. I like a 4-to-1 man. You were doing like 2 ounces to a third, whatever that is. So, yeah. But perfectly fine. Well, here's how I make them in Manhattan. Let's actually get into this, shall we? I can't believe it's like this late in the broadcast. I don't have a drink yet. Let's go. Titch. Let's start with icing a shaker. That's a good idea, hey?
Test.
Where have you been all my life?
Anticipation. Oh, Lisa did the Facebook to YouTube maneuver. A tricky Facebook to YouTube maneuver.
I say this frequently to people who are watching us and these things. We're broadcasting on 2 platforms. If you're not understanding all of the comments, it's because it's on the other platform. And I will tell you, you can easily get on both platforms because you probably have a few devices. And you know what? Go to town. Comment wherever the hell you want. If you're on one of those big smart TVs, you can't comment. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't control that platform. But you can always get on your...
Smart, but not that smart.
Not that smart. You can always get on your phone and hop on like that way, and you can comment wherever the hell you like. That's fine. We'll see it because it comes up to us on both of these feeds. We pop back and forth. We don't like to miss these things. If you find out you're really late to the party, drop us a personal, and we'll go from there. So some ice. Let's actually, let me get me a pour. Here we go. Sounds good. So what do I put in my Manhattan anyway? It's about time I had a drink, isn't it? I would normally use rye because that's your original formula, and we're out of rye. So I said, I'm not going to bother going out. It's cold out there. Actually, it was a little warmer today. Warm is a relative term. We're going to go with some bourbon using wild turkey. I recommend that if you're actually at a bar and you're interested in a Manhattan and you would like this to have some body, don't ask for a rye Manhattan. Most bars out there have no idea what you're talking about, and when they say rye, they're going to reach for Canadian whiskey. Very light. Doesn't have enough oomph, I think.
I ain't got nobody.
So, you know, whatever its merits, I say, not in a Manhattan, because that's the definition of Canadian rye is different than here. Rye here is a lot more rye in it. It's going to have that grassy taste. It's a very different character.
Oh, wait, hold
2
on.
2 ounces.
Oh, Danielle says you made me want to eat, but I've been busy knitting. That's amazing.
Oh.
I haven't knit in a long time.
Been a while, eh?
I have to keep Errol in check. I love it.
Oh.
And Amy says, I got crab rangoon dip at Aldi, but who knows if they still have it.
Well,
I've only ever been in Aldi once.
We have an Aldi. That's worth investigating.
Wow.
I mean, we have an excellent local market which has a great ethnic section. It has a lot of like Latin products, not Mediterranean products, Caribbean products. Fantastic selection of hot sauces.
Sherry's knitting a Michael Nesmith hat.
Oh, wow. Remember the Mike Nesmith hat?
I love that.
Check out the episode with Frank Zappa. They change hats. So 2 ounces of your bourbon. If you have rye, use your rye. Respect the fact that the rye is probably higher proof. Now, I happen to like these things perfect. So I happen to have vermouth, the sweet vermouth here. This is your classic vermouth to use in a Manhattan. You order it in a joint without saying anything. Sweet vermouth is what you get. Now, about half an ounce to 2 ounces is my proportion. So since I'm going to make it perfect, which is both kinds, this is a 1/4 ounce of the sweet. So let's actually kind of measure that out carefully. That's about right. The exactitude here is not critical. Just get close. Just get close. And if you're thinking, can I just pour from the bottle? No, you can't. It will be too much and it'll be terrible. Measure. Then you grab the dry vermouth.
You don't want it to be terrible.
You don't want it to be terrible. You just heard about Nora who tried the onions and they were sweet and she said, meh.
Ugh.
She was right.
That's not okay.
There we go. About a 1/4 ounce of the dry. That's what makes this a perfect Manhattan. Not because I think it's the most ideal thing in the world, because I like them that way. That's all.
Hi, Sam.
Okay. Hey, what's happening, Sam? Yeah, well, you know how it is. Boom. So there's, let's get that guy away here. That's your boost. This is a 2-ingredient drink. You think to yourself, I've been to places where they're terrible. How do you screw this up? It's 2 ingredients. You screwed up by getting the proportions wrong. More base, less of the mixer.
Lisa is nimble between the platforms.
Smart gal. Now, the original bitters in these were Abbott's. You can't get them. They've been off the market since 1950 or something like that. You can find a bottle on eBay for
you have to make your own.
$10 million. And why would you do that? But the formula's been cracked. Somebody had an old bottle, put it through the gas chromatography, and said, oh, this is what's in it. And if you adjust that intelligently, you get something that looks like this. You put all that stuff in the bottle to infuse, strain it off, you got Abbott's. These are different, they're unique, and they're really good. So I'm going to use 5 dashes.
Do it.
There you go.
5 dashes.
Do I recommend that you make these if you're interested in making bitters?
A rainbow blanket with a bamboo pattern. That sounds beautiful.
Hey, I recommend making things that you can't get. If you can get it, you would get it and go. Don't try to reproduce.
Sounds like everyone is.
Don't try to reproduce Angostura bitters.
I don't think you could get Michael Nesmith hats or rainbow blankets.
Ordinarily,
Bamboo rainbow blankets.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Bang that. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your cocktail. Shake your cocktail. Oh, now. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your cocktail. Shake your cocktail.
Peppertree's asking what I'm having. I'm having a martini.
Martini, because it's martini time, and we're so ready.
I was so ready. Paula is making a Manhattan as we speak.
I don't exactly prefer one to the other, but she said, I'll make martinis. I said, I'll make Manhattans. How about that?
Oh, Marcy and Phil, we'll see you later.
So good to
Bon
see
appetit.
you recently. We will see you again.
And Keith
we'll
is here.
Before long.
Thank you, Keith, and welcome.
Hey, so nice.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah.
Had to cough there for a second. But
sorry.
All right.
And strain into a chilled cocktail glass. There's a chilled cocktail glass.
We must have a chilled cocktail glass.
In there somewhere.
We gotta.
Notice how I wait for a while? That allows all this to drain a little bit.
Use a spoon.
Gets
You'll
every
want
drop.
to get every drop.
Is it the cocktail that drinks like a drink? Cocktail doesn't drink. Just asking. Yeah. Also, chowder does not eat like a meal. The chowder is eaten like a meal. And strain in your cocktail glass. Here we go.
Eric says, I'm wondering what would happen if you got on the Instagram platform, starting a flame war with the Facebook platform, just to see who thinks is meta.
Plus,
Meta. They're calling themselves Meta. I don't think anyone else is yet.
Okay, a little full, a lot of sap. But we can take care of that.
I can help you with that.
Oh, yeah, let me do this. This is going to make a big mess otherwise.
Our sidecar is always
indicated.
Always a good choice.
Always indicated, shall we say. There we go. You can make a sidecar anytime you want. If you go by the classic formula, I don't recommend that. All your cocktail guys are going to say, you got to do that. And I think that's like the Negroni. I don't believe in that either. Alter that up so it's got more base and less of the other. You're in a good place. And you garnish with a cocktail cherry. We made these, of course. Now that's perfect Manhattan. The way I like it. It's pretty particular. You come here, I'll make it for you. You would have to make the Abbott's in order to get this amount of flavoring. But you could use Angostura with great results.
Wait, hold on. Nora,
any old-fashioned bitters with great results.
Nora's got some suggestions here. Along with Shot Tower Gin, we testified a Baltimore Spirits Company Epic Rye.
Oh, yeah.
The first to be barreled in Maryland for 100 years or so. Side-eyed a good old Pikesville Rye. Thin and not actually made.
Hello.
We need a trip to your neck of the woods again soon.
You know who's actually making some rye? I think Pennsylvania is making rye again. And there's a couple of brands out there. There's actually a brand that comes in a big handle bottle that hadn't been made in a while. And there are some much smaller distilleries that are definitely doing PA Rye. PA Rye was, I think, the basic issue with the Whiskey Rebellion in 1792. When was this? Ken would know. Which is all about taxation. With representation, actually. You had a government at the time. And, it was just the local bootleggers didn't want to pay. It's like, well, you are actually making liquor without paying the government anything, so you have to pay. That was proven by Washington leading the troops into town and saying, sorry, guys. But that was rye. What they brewed was rye. And what they distilled was rye.
I think we definitely need a trip down to D.C. and maybe actually stop in Baltimore. We usually just drive right on through, but...
we've actually stopped in Annapolis, and we happened to go to a little place called the Pussers. The Pussers restaurant there, Pussers restaurant and bar. And, they will actually serve up some really good food. Great, like, bowl of chili or I think I got a stew with chorizo or something, it was a pretty clammy day, so that was kind of great. And you being a nautical town, you think that they could serve such things. Probably an excellent corn chowder.
Oh, yeah, brandy, Cointreau, and fresh lemon juice. Yep, that's exactly right.
You can't go wrong with that. My proportions on that are pretty much exactly the same as this. 2 ounces on the brandy, ½ ounce on the lemon, ½ ounce on the Cointreau. If you would like to use Grand Marnier like we do, that is an excellent choice. You cannot go wrong with Cointreau. If you have another orange liqueur that you really like, that's like just a nice quality liqueur, that's what you need. I would not reach for the bottom shelf orange liqueur because it's a little spurious, but Cointreau is a well-regarded, for a long time, reputable product that will make your cocktail taste better. With no question whatsoever. And if you're ever wondering, what do I need to buy the better stuff? It's got 3 ingredients. What do you think you're tasting? You're going to taste that Cointreau or what you put in there. Get the Cointreau. We like Marnier a lot, so we use Marnier a lot.
These comments are just cracking me. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Rye History Collection at Maryland State Archives. I know people.
Yep. Yo, beaches.
Okay.
She's got a
good one. All right.
Well,
I want in on that.
Well, Nora is of course a scholarly type and also an archival type.
Hi, Disney for the win.
Also an archival type. So do you have questions about historical nature? You want to throw them her way, and she may be able to field such things.
Oh. Yes, please lean on us.
Please.
I'm happy to see you here. So yay. Yay for you being here.
You know something? Sometimes that happens. And I certainly felt it, and you felt it. We've all felt it.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll take a moment to respect that. Yeah, so that goes.
Oh, my gosh.
And I got to tell you, like I always tell people, feel the feel and let it go. And I'm glad you can grab some positivity.
You got to feel all the feels.
Glad you can grab some positivity. Grab it and go with it. And I hope your day gets better. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, because hell, like, you know something? This is, some parts of this are kind of easy. Some parts of it are hard. Some parts of it are easy. This is the easy part. Oh, well, get in there.
I just have to get in here that Eric said, although as Howard Jones once said, no one is to blame.
You got a story
Paul
about
and
that?
I say that all the time.
It's
and
hilarious.
we're quoting the song. You know, like, oh, well, what happened? No one is to blame. All the time, but
You had a great story about that song. You don't need to name
I
names.
wish Christy was
You don't need to name names.
watching or commenting tonight,
But
because she can tell the story better than
Jennifer
I
is
could,
watching
but
tonight, and she might know that
I don't know
story.
if Jennifer is still here.
She might be gone by now.
Okay, there's a Frank. Okay, hold on. I gotta catch up with these. To distill it to two sentences, one run-on sentence. When I was in high school, there was a young girl, slightly younger than me, who someone told her that the song "No One Is to Blame" was about.
Can't even say it.
I can't. I want my drink down.
I'm sorry. Don't spill.
Told her that the song. I can't even say it. I can't.
That the song "No One Is to Blame" was about getting pregnant from a toilet seat. That's as far as we go with toilet humor on this show. But that is like, what?
I genuinely never thought I was going to be crying on tonight's podcast.
When you tell something
Okay.
that absurd,
All right.
and away we go.
I don't
Yeah.
have Kleenexes. I need
Yeah.
a napkin.
Hilarious.
Hold on.
Hilarious is as hilarious does. I
Makeup's
believed
gonna
all
run.
sorts of dang bit things when I was all of 10 years old. But, then you get older and you start having to be a little discriminatory with information that's coming to you. And in our internet days, the information coming to you is extremely spurious. I say question everything because most of it is a bunch of bull. And if it sounds wrong to you, it is. And make up your mind. Make up your own mind.
Someone told her that the song "No One Is to Blame" was about getting pregnant from toilet seats.
Oh my. Answer in translation, no, that can't happen.
No. And
No.
she was also the one who
Also
someone
fairly
told
gross.
her that you don't see this much in the East, but you do see it a lot in the West, that the sort of raised lines in the road that are reflective.
Those bumps.
Like the lines that you would see to delineate lanes in the road, the ones that were raised and reflective. Someone told her that those were for people who needed to drive by Braille, and she believed that too. I probably need to go fix my face, don't I?
Would you like to exit for a moment?
Now, am I okay?
You're okay.
All right.
You're doing fine. I remember a friend of mine buying a Cadillac, which he said was driven by a little old lady who drove by feel. And that explained a few dings in the machine. But that's not what he was talking about. It's hilarious.
Got pregnant from toilet seat. What'd you do? Howard Jones had a tune. New song or our song, something like that.
New song.
Yeah.
It's a typical piece of pop at the time. Howard is instantly recognizable from the period. Had a few hits.
I don't think that's what the lyric. You can feel the cushion, but you can't have a seat. Oh.
Gotta tell you.
Well, Errol, you gotta get to Maryland. Maryland is great.
Maryland is...
Yeah.
all you need to know about Baltimore, by the way,
M&M's.
is not only that Nora lives there, right? From time to time.
What? Yeah.
Lives both places. But that it is ancestral home to both Frank Zappa.
There was a Frank Zappa quote up there, too.
Oh, there was a Frank Zappa quote. That's true. Here we go with Zappa again.
No. Okay. We gotta go back to the Frank
Okay.
Zappa quote, but
Okay.
speaking of toilet seats and crabs, I love when someone starts a comment like that, by the way. This was a sign in the women's room in the 70s at the Cincinnati Post. Please don't stand on the seat. Crabs can jump about 15 feet. Oh.
There's a whole Paul Stanley quote about the parasite known as the crab. You can look that up. I'm not telling that. That's pretty.
I love all you people on YouTube who are just staying on point. You're just like talking about Howard Jones songs.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Rather than just like
discuss amongst yourselves.
Falling into the gutter like we are.
Who knows? So here's the kicker. And Baltimore is the ancestral home of both Frank Zappa and John Waters. Is that all you need to know? I mean, it's a weird town. Waters does right by his town in his movies, and he really has a lot of aspects that tell you. Even Hairspray, a much more commercial picture, it really gives you real weird Baltimore. So we've never actually spent a lot of time there, and I'd like to because I like weird towns like that. Tiny little sort of nautical town. It kind of reminds me a bit of Providence, Rhode Island. Spent a few hours of my life there.
I have to read this one out loud. Disney for the Win says, I told my grandma once that all stop signs with white borders were optional.
Oh.
Little did I know that 2 days, then like 25 blown stops later, she believed me.
Ow!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, like to get to know you well. That's a good song. Oh wait, okay, hold on. Joe says, I had a dream 2 nights ago that I won the huge lottery and bought an old amusement park in Maryland. I love it.
Not a dream. Play that lottery and win that park, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That should be your destiny. Well,
Peter, the people on YouTube are agreeing with you.
Well, if we all win the Powerball, we can do things with that. And I know what I would do with the Powerball. You know? I'll take that.
Hilarious.
I'm enjoying this little snack thing back here. I was a little munchy, I gotta tell you.
I'm having some M&Ms.
Finally got a cocktail, and like, I should, that kind of makes you a little hungry.
M&Ms and martinis together again.
There we go. Anyway, can anybody actually literally keep Errol in check? I don't know. I think the man's a wild man. What is love? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's got to take a song from time to time. We've heard it frequently on these broadcasts up on Twitch, the DJs. They've resorted to Twitch because they don't get nailed for copyright, which means that Twitch is seriously in violation. But
good night, Gettysburg Mammoth.
Good for them.
Thank you. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yay.
Yep.
Night.
Bingo, bingo. That's the fun part of the fun part, as I like to say.
Gotta get the M&Ms out of my teeth.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
I won the huge lottery. I love that you didn't just win any old lottery.
The big one. The big one. Well, it's like when the lotto, it was the big Powerball, the multi-state Powerball, within the past few years got to like $750 million.
A lot of money.
$750 million. I mean, they don't hand you a check for that. They don't give you like ingots of gold. Obviously, that's partial. That the government takes, 30% is gone. But then you've got 70% of $750 million. Do the math on that, and you're like, yeah, I'm good. So you're good for a long time. And then like it is X number per year for years. And in 1 year, you pay off all your debts and like buy everybody you know a home. Is what you do. If you're
I don't know. I've
sort.
never won the lottery. But...
If you're a generous sort, right? Yeah. Seriously. But I kind of feel like...
anyone really know what time it is?
Does anybody really... I don't watch on right now.
Does Howard Jones is still touring and puts on a great show.
I would bet that he does. I remember he played at my college back in the day. That can date me right there. I didn't go, but people did and said it was a great show. Also, I believe Thomas Dolby, did he play campus? Ken would know.
We were supposed to.
I don't think he did. I would have seen him.
We were supposed to see Erasure, like.
Oh, in January.
Yeah.
It got postponed, and then the whole tour is canceled.
We just found out today the whole tour got canceled. So.
Wow! I was really revved to see Erasure. We were going to see them at Radio City. That's a great venue for them. And they just put out a ton of noise because they're just like two guys with huge banks of amps and everything, and they've got a real powerhouse vocalist. That's how can you go wrong? They have a new album out, so that's what they're promoting.
Nora says, "Alas, for my friends who actually grew up here, there's a kids' park that closed prior to the pandemic, but some of the statues remain and were preserved somewhere." Oh,
thank you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Erasure canceled. Damn it.
Yeah, we just found out today.
Erasure's been erased.
Oh, Daniel's singing Dolby twice.
Oh, wow.
Psychedelic Furs next month. Where?
Where indeed? I would see them again.
I'll go.
Hey, is Ken still here? We saw this.
Can we get tickets?
That's one of the shows I saw on campus. The Furs were great. The opening act, not so great. But the first I liked a lot.
Thomas Dolby is actually a professor of music somewhere.
Yeah, like he's a very scholarly guy. No relation to Ray Dolby, as far as I know.
Oh no. Where would John Waters be with where would John Waters be without Baltimore?
Hmm?
I would say yeah. Yeah. And where would
He
Baltimore
wouldn't be
be
as
without John Waters?
he wouldn't be as weird.
He would not be as weird.
And Baltimore would not be as weird. So there you go. It's a win-win relationship.
Yeah, we have a friend who always says if he won the Powerball, he was going to buy the Mai Kai and build an apartment above it.
So he'd live up there, and every day at 5:30, he'd come down and have a Mai Tai. And I think, well, that's actually living.
And this tour was postponed and canceled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tell you.
Baltimore lays claim to Thomas Dolby, too.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
All right.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, Albany.
At JHU. Oh, wow.
Oh, I need to look into it. I wonder
Gee.
if it's sold out.
Well, I wonder if it's going to happen. But Crossingers, we're not going to be negative here. I know that big things are like coming and going.
I got points. I can get a hotel room.
I'll tell you, like, I can't say this about everybody. I would see the Furs again because it was a really good show.
I would see the Furs again. Well, I've
really always liked their vocalist.
Oh, Julie loves
he's got
yeah.
He's got that measure of abrasion in his voice, which I like. And they had great songs.
Peter says Suzanne Vega puts on a great show.
Yeah.
I bet.
I had a friend who saw Depeche Mode 4 times in high school. This is going back 35 years, and he kept seeing them. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they got something going on.
Oh, Eric, I love Yaz.
Oh, Yaz is great.
Yeah.
Yaz is great.
Yeah.
I would have seen Yaz. They toured like a few years ago.
Love My Way
missed
is a
them,
good
and
one.
I really should have seen them, shouldn't I?
I love.
Love My Way is a good song.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Beat. Hello.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah,
I love
no
Heartbreak
question.
Beat.
No question. Pretty in Pink. Yeah, big movie theme. Hello.
She doesn't think it's sold out.
Hello. Interesting.
I could use a road trip in March or whenever.
Yeah, provided when we get a freaking sleet storm, but you know how it is. Pardon me, I'll be right back.
I need to look into this because we were very disappointed that Erasure had to cancel, but apparently it was like some family health issue, they said, so I get it, like
Stuff.
things happen. So we gotta look into Psychedelic Furs. Any other shows? Who else is on tour? Amy, who else is on tour? Will he be back?
Probably.
My martini is almost gone. Good night, Peter. Thanks for joining us. Oh, wait. Oh, I know, Eric. Eric is saying the thing I hate is Thomas Dolby is considered a one-hit wonder with She Blinded Me with Science, and he had a lot of good stuff. Yes. Yes, I agree with you.
Look, as far as I can recall, he had a bunch of chart hits. So, like, one hit wonder is just North America being stupid.
Disney for the Win says, you guys would own me in music trivia for sure. He would.
Don't Play Me in the music version of Trivial Pursuit. Just saying.
Elizabeth saw opening for Erasure.
Yeah, it's Erasure.
That's great.
So what? That's like Vince is on stage for 5 hours kind of tour.
I know.
What's the man, like a solid amphetamine? Good grief.
Tears for Fears is touring this summer. Okay, thank you, Amy.
First Fest, but I don't.
All right, I gotta look this. I gotta see if they've sold out. But
I don't know.
Tears for Fears.
I don't know if Dee Dee's on tour, but if they are, then I know two gals who are gonna flip their lids.
I would make a road trip out of that.
So you could do some things with that. There are groups from that era I would see. There are contemporary groups I would see. No question. There are a lot of these.
The Cult is coming to Vegas.
The Cult. Oh boy. Hello.
Okay.
Remember when the lead singer of the Cult actually subbed for Jim Morrison in The Doors? This is around the time of the Doors movie. That's going back 30 years now.
I mean, I don't.
And they toured. It was like, oh, the Doors are touring with a new lead singer, and I think, well, that was kind of brilliant, actually.
Tears for Fears.
Are you getting hungry?
I'm getting hungry.
Could you use some food?
I could eat.
I haven't had food all evening, so I need I need something here.
I could eat.
We're having, we're going to have drinks and stuff. So you got to line the stomach.
Do I need to preheat the air fryer?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Plug it in.
Maybe 7 minutes or something like that. Just a little
That's
bit.
That's good. All right.
That temperature's good.
I don't have a drink, but
that's okay. Well, look, no problem. I got you, babe. We're gonna make that happen.
I'm gonna go get me some wine.
You know, for one, didn't you want a martini tonight?
Yeah, I suppose I could have a martini.
Get a martini. Okay. Do we? Let's get you a mixing equipment. Yeah, we have a thing.
All right.
Yep, that's good.
Jonathan Richmond story. Okay. Oh, Daniel, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I will check that out because I would love to go. We were super depressed about Erasure, so this would be great. I was getting a hotel room, the whole 9 yards, and yeah, life interferes.
That's the sort of thing. Well, here's a little sort of picture to mix.
All right.
Can you believe it's been like this long in the broadcast? She hasn't had a drink yet.
Oh,
it's about
Kim
time.
Gordon is touring. Okay, all right.
Kim Gordon from Sound Good.
Amy, I knew we'd asked the right person.
And we have some correspondents here who actually know the tunes. You are number one. The Church. There was another name from back in the day. I was kind of thinking the Sisters of Mercy. No, there is a name from. Sisters of Mercy took their name from where? 5 minutes? There you go. What you need?
My mixer thingy.
Oh, what you need? Oh.
Wait. Measure herbs.
Measure herbs, right here.
Is that mine? Okay.
That's you.
Thank you.
2
All right.
measures.
Martini time, and I'm so ready.
Good grief. Can you believe it's this long? She hasn't had a drink.
Haven't had a single drink all evening.
Well, it's about time to have a martini, I'd say. Yeah. I got you, babe. Jonathan Richmond.
Who else?
Yeah, who else?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So you got 2 ounces of the gin. You're using which gin there?
I'm using Rhodium.
Rhode Island gin.
You know what? Let's do it.
A little bit extra.
Let's do it.
If you're in Rhode Island, they have a tasting room.
We have a lovely tasting
Pawtucket,
room.
I believe. It's in an old mill. Used to make jewelry. I asked about that. They're on the river, which apparently is not so aromatic in the summer.
Sisters of Mercy, nuns at my high school. Oh, English Beat was touring. Okay,
English Beat,
all right.
I'd see them.
I would see English Beat.
I'd see them. Hello, that's fun.
Right.
There we go.
What are we missing over on the tubes? Add 1/3 of an ounce of dry vermouth.
Submarines. Yeah, one of our submarines is missing. There we go. Shelby reference.
I go from Misfits to ABBA to Laurie Anderson. Well, that's like us, too.
Yeah, seriously.
I love Laurie Anderson.
You know, Misfits are a classic of the genre, and so is ABBA, and so is Laurie Anderson. You're talking 4 genres right there.
Stir.
Boy, it's like the music conversation as usual is really going on.
We had a cocktail glass.
Oh, something chilled perhaps.
Yes.
Okay, I can fetch that.
Thank you.
Why do we go so long without having a cocktail?
I don't know.
I
don't know what's wrong with us.
Sometimes I think I'm repeating things, and sometimes I think I don't know where I've been. Perhaps a chilled cocktail.
Yours is a little more impaired than usual.
Perhaps a chilled cocktail.
No judgment.
There you go.
This is a judgment-free zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, which gym is that? That's a judgment-free zone. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're like that. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on. Modern English.
Okay, you gotta scroll back up. We're missing stuff.
Super chunk. Dingo. Julie wins the prize. Leonard Cohen song from his first album.
Oh.
Yeah. Also featured in the film McCabe, Mrs. Miller. Yep.
Oh, I love that movie.
Bing, bing, bing. Terrific picture. Really amazing. Put some olives in there.
Mm-hmm.
I could use a spoon, but I'd be glad to retrieve for you. you.
There you go.
I have one of those. That's,
Oh, okay.
that's a skewer.
Well, I know.
Yes.
I know. I didn't realize you didn't. You already had a skewer.
Yeah, I have a skewer. That's cool. Modern English. Now that's what we call a one-hit wonder. What's the flip side of the song? Just asking.
I bet Amy knows.
I bet Amy knows. It isn't any good.
Oh wait,
That's the question.
Gary Newman is touring.
Newman!
Oh my God. Okay. All right. We have stuff to say here.
Gary Newman always kind of struck me as German, but no, English. There you go. 3 olives. I know how you like them.
I like them on a skewer.
Newman is a one-hit in the States, but in the UK, there's more than that going on. That just proves that the States has a real way of burying new wave, and I think there was a real prejudice against that at the time. Unfair, uncouth.
All right.
And
Please, give me some spray,
sure.
please.
There was a real
Thank
prejudice
you.
against punk bands at the time too, and that's why you don't see more Ramones
Prejudice
hits.
against punk bands.
More Ramones hits on the charts at the time. I think that DJs were instructed not
Brian
to play
Jonestown
punk bands.
Massacre is touring.
Oh
Okay.
wow! Bingo.
Errol says, I live under a rock. When he says, do you know the songs from a certain band? I say, no, never heard of them.
Yeah, well today,
Oh.
these days, if
Spoon
you're
is touring. Okay.
these days, if you're thinking this group I've never heard of, but I really should have, you just go to one of the services and you can go stream a whole ton of songs and say, "Now I got it." There you go, huh? Oh, excellent.
All right, you want to set us up with some gyoza?
What? Got that going on. Oh, I have to have some spray here.
Do it.
But tell me it's some food too, isn't it? There we go. A little bit of the canola oil there is a good idea, right?
Canola spray.
Canola spray. I'm cooking with you today. If you recognize that, you're hearing some other songs. Let's go fetch some gyoza. Shall we do that?
Do it.
Yep. Do eat.
Do eat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat when we get this gyoza made. Oh, I love the one-hit wonder songs too. Oh, Howard Hessman, yes. We need to do just like a whole dedicated WKRP happy hour thing because, yeah, it was it. I saw him at the airport one time. Howard Hessman.
You said he was very short.
He was short. I saw Howard Hessman one time at an airport, and I saw Craig T. Nelson at an airport one time too.
So if you want to give that, I think we said 7 minutes should probably do the job.
That's about right.
EXTC, which is made up of someone from XTC.
Oh my gosh.
XTC. Oh yeah, yeah.
Ah, remember some Gold Gary Newman.
Two-Way Army.
Army songs. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got this like distinctly like emotionless performance, which is very typical of New Wave.
I do feel like we need to do an entire WKRP video. I was thinking probably not this weekend, but we need to do another live brunch. The live brunches are fun.
Live brunches are a big blast. We've certainly done the Saturday morning cartoons. Big hit.
Oh, Eric says my favorite one-hit wonder, Major Tom. That's a good one.
I think also had more hits in the UK or Germany. And of course, Major Tom was a bilingual hit because there were two versions. I remember both of them being on a jukebox at one point, and it was like they were given equal shrift. So, hey.
Wait, okay, I love that this whole conversation is happening.
What's happened?
Without us on YouTube.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. 4, 3, 2.
Oh, Murray Head, yes.
Murray
One
Head.
night in Bangkok. Oh, Julie, yeah, okay, we're going to do a brunch. I was thinking maybe for my birthday, because my birthday's on Monday, but maybe on the Sunday. Either that Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. You got Coney dogs, you got Shy dogs, and of course you got the New York System Wienots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take your choice of what you want to do with a sausage. Mm-hmm.
Sherry is absolutely right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Skyline style conies, and don't they also have? Isn't Cincinnati? Yeah, the chili on the spaghetti too.
We've got a very
That's
specific,
all I know of Cincinnati
very specific
cuisine.
meat chili mix that goes on the spaghetti. It looks awfully,
Oh, okay.
awfully like the stuff that goes on the Rhode Island, New York system wiener dogs, and it's not.
Johnny.
Huh.
Millie Vanilli, those guys were awesome.
Yeah, I love those guys. I think one of those guys just died, isn't it?
Well, hold it up, the canola spray.
Canola spray.
I was in the supermarket and I saw this. Like,
Canola spray.
Canola spray. All I could think of was Enola Gay. But yeah. Oh, but OMD is touring too.
They're all touring.
All right.
They all need to tour.
We're going to be busy.
They all need to tour.
Sync bands.
I would see some of these and I would not see some of these.
Nicole Les Nesbitt. Wait, why did YouTube want me to moderate that comment? That's so weird.
What's with that?
I've had several. Oh, yes, to live Sunday brunch. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it the day before my birthday.
Call out to 1988 Rocky Burnett.
Yeah.
Big hit was tired of doing the line. Rocky, the son of one of the Burnett brothers from the Rock and Roll Trio. Yes. There you go. I forget which one though. So fun.
So this is so funny. Like this evening, like YouTube. I don't know. I guess our filter is high.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me moderate comments. So if it sees something it thinks is like inappropriate, it needs me to moderate the comments. So several of these comments, it's wanted me to moderate, which is just hilarious because this is, oh, somebody tip a glass for Meatloaf. Yeah. Yeah.
Little meat. A classic of epic rock and roll.
Amy says I'm going to stop listing bands on tour. Amy, we appreciate you.
We appreciate all the bands you've listed so far because it's astonishing how many are. It's good to hear. These people need to make their living too.
The comments are the best. Canola spray. These are the thoughts I have walking through the supermarket.
Yep, canola spray. I start making up lyrics to canola spray. You know, which just proves what how bent I am. But, you know, if I can do it, then suddenly I've got a Weird Al Yankovic thing going on.
Yep.
Boom! And there you have it. Hilarious, they said. Going for some more nuts. Yep. I like having this little snack thing behind me. While waiting for food.
Oh, I made meatloaf last week in his honor, Elizabeth says. Oh, I love it.
Grilled meat. I believe he started out in a touring version of Hair and then ended up in Rocky Horror.
Yes.
Before people actually knew who Meat was.
Oh, wait, Johnny says Billy Idol's on tour. Everybody's on tour except Erasure because they couldn't.
Because they canceled.
Oh.
I was really looking forward to that show.
Oh, Make a Circuit with Me. That's a great one, Amy.
Bogart.
Oh, Danielle's seeing Weird Al in April. We saw Weird Al a while back. It was amazing.
It's an astonishing show.
Yeah, he puts on an astonishing show.
More costume changes than Elvis.
Yeah.
Now that's
which is
saying something. Wow. But no, and his band can play anything. Anything. His band is more versatile than the Frank Zappa band. Whoa. That's astonishing. Yeah, your music is a good idea. Please.
Yeah, do it.
Share that if you would.
Mr. Microphone.
I never owned Mr. Microphone, but at one point, my local thrifty type remainder store had the Michael Jackson microphone, and I said, I gotta buy that. It's a Mr. Microphone, but it's Michael.
And where is it? Because we only have the box now.
It's around. I will reunite it with the box. The only thing
It's in this house?
It's in this house. The only thing I've not been able to reunite was the sandworm from the toy sets for Dune. I bought that too. That disappeared. I don't know who the hell got the sandworm. That was crazy. Absolute craziness, I gotta tell you.
Yes. Weird Al's amazing, right?
No, he really serves the audience. Yes. What's your name? Oh, excellent.
More than Elvis, yes. I know, that's a lot of costume changes, right?
Elvis is like every other song. Bang, bang, bang. And
this one, Daniel says this one has no costume changes.
Wow.
Yes, yes, Nora is correct. Weird Al biopic has been cast.
I believe it's Daniel...
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Yeah, That guy.
Daniel, what's his face?
Yep.
Harry Potter.
Dash. Which is interesting. That's very different. Man's going to have to work. Hello. What mind we do?
Bring your plate over.
You know what?
Plate over.
I forgot to get the plates. I'll be right back.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
No plates. Oh, K-Tel. We have some K-Tel records up in the attic.
You know, Jack.
We do. Oh, Vangelis. Okay. Thinking about Weird Al groupies kind of stutters my brain. It was an amazing show. We've only seen Weird Al once, but it was incredible. Okay, Weird Al's coming to Vegas.
There we go.
Yeah, I know. I feel like K-Tel is underappreciated.
They really did something. I think that was Ron Popeil.
Oh, there's a movie coming out about Elvis in June. Okay.
It's amazing in June.
And all original songs, no parodies. Well, I would love to see that.
Oh, well. Okay. Your plate, please. There we go. Just a few things.
Thank you.
A little snack while we're sitting here. The old air fryer does the job, doesn't it?
Just a snack.
Yeah, just a tidbit.
Thank you.
Do we have some sauce over there?
We do.
Excellent.
You can move the computer.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Gyoza. Trader Joe's. Nothing crazy. But how nice.
Here we go. Can you move the laptop over that way, please?
I'd be glad to.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Move this substantially over.
There we go.
Yes. Well, you know, Weird Al's original songs, I think, frequently beat the parodies. Interesting. Vangelis, of course, was in a group called Aphrodite's Child. You want to check out? I think that was a little different. Very sort of not earlier synthesis, but 70s synthesis. So he's up there with a lot of in the same era as a lot of krautrock bands using a lot of synths. And if you like the music, check it. And of course, there is the infamous soundtrack to Blade Runner, which at the time he had a lot of disagreement with the producers of the movie. So the soundtrack, he did not agree to be on the soundtrack album, and it was just some other group, and then people were just dying for the real thing for years. Yeah, it finally got bootlegged. So I think it's out there by now officially. I don't know. Hope so, because it's better to get the real thing, I'm just going to say. Oh, yeah. Big fun. Big fun.
Daniel Radcliffe, that was his name.
Thank you.
Well, still is his name, but you know what I mean.
American Pie K-Tel.
I knew it was Daniel something.
He abbreviated. I remember the Ronco glass cutter. And I've actually seen restaurants where the glasses are, in fact, old wine bottles.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, you see. Oh, wait. Okay, go back up because we're missing Sherry's comment, which is hilarious.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Come on.
When you mostly hear a song from a K-Tel album, you inevitably missed a verse. I don't think any songs went over 3 minutes. Imagining American Pie K-Tel songs.
Cramming them in. That's what they do.
The Ronco glass cutter.
There was a Ronco pocket size.
Oh, and Amy has tickets to the Mummies. This show's been rescheduled 3 times, maybe 4. Oh, jeez.
666. Yeah, that was an Aphrodite's Child album, as a matter of fact. I've never heard that stuff, and I should probably check it out because I happen to enjoy some Vangelis. And that was just a different combo. I forget who was in that. It was like a 2-person synth combo. We're talking about erasure here. Here's a different 2-person synth combo. So, anyway. I forgot. These are good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a 3-disc set of Blade Runner. Okay.
I remember when it was first booted, unofficially that is, and the store I worked at got a bunch in, and it was good. Somebody had nabbed the tapes, and they had great liner notes and everything. I had a friend who was a huge Blade Runner fan and Vangelis fan, and I said, I got to get it from him. He was also a big Star Trek fan.
Oh.
So I'm looking at this lineup of discs that we got,
friend?
And they're all numbered, and I take a look, and I'm like, wait a minute. I could actually buy him disc 1701.
Which friend?
Is that meaningful to anybody? This was Myers. So.
Oh, okay.
If anybody like recognizes like Star Trek and what that number means, it's like, so I got him that and I pointed that out and he was like, whoa, you know, but hey, deserve it, you know, but it's the real thing. The music was really good. And then it got pirated by somebody else. Somebody put it in the boot.
Oh, dude.
Eventually, somebody says, we got to make some actual money on this. And so apparently there's a 3-disc set. Yeah, about time. A lot of music gets made for a movie. People get very cagey about this and I think, put it out. Put it out before somebody scoops you, and then you don't have a chance.
At NCC 1701.
Hello.
Yep. Hey.
For the win. For the win. So yes, he got that actual numbered disc of that, and I just thought it has nothing to do with Trek, but hilarious. So the Bedazzler. It was like a grommet machine.
I have a Bedazzler.
That would actually dress up your jeans.
I have a Bedazzler up in the attic.
Hilarious. What I remember from Popeil, there was a pocket fisherman. It was a fishing line.
I feel like bedazzling some stuff.
Fishing pole. Well, you know, bedazzling usually makes things a little more dazzling. You know.
I need to go up there and find the Bedazzler again.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody remember how to clean your records?
Oh, jeez.
With the Vacarec?
The Vacarec.
This old device.
Don't call my records a wreck.
You put your record in this way and like you put your record in this way, it spins and it sucks it off for about a minute. Okay, let me go back. That sounds all wrong.
Well, we weren't in Facebook jail before. But
I remember
we will soon
at the time talking to a friend in college about that and saying Vacarec, more like Wreck-a-Wreck, you know? And then I had an opportunity to buy one at some yard sale, and I didn't do it! Oh, man. Today they call it a spin clean, and it'll sell for bucks. Swear to God. Everything comes around.
I've completely lost the thread of the conversation on YouTube, and I love it because you guys are talking amongst yourselves.
Please.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves over there. Yeah. Like a napkin?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Ron Popeil was a sort of a genius in marketing all sorts of gadgets. There's a good article about him in the New Yorker magazine some years ago. Mm-hmm. And now that we subscribe again online, I have access to all these. So I could probably search and find it and tell you about it. Probably around 1998 or 99, I saw that. And it was fascinating. Fascinating. He's just that class of showman, shyster, and etc. Oh, but at the end of the day, inventor. He decided that Americans needed to have roast chicken at home, so I came up with that like tabletop roasting machine. It was just a simple thing that was just this like tabletop rotisserie with a little burner. And he was like, "This makes the best roast chicken." Well, they tested it out a lot. Did it work? Yes. Are a lot of them in the thrift store by now? Yes.
I forget the name of it.
I kind of forget too. It was a tabletop rotisserie.
Yeah.
There were such things years ago. We have a rotisserie for the grill now, and it is brilliant. It's
record
really
cleaner.
Really great.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Here.
The record cleaner was a vacuum with a brush, and undoubtedly it got a lot of dust off your records. It probably also managed to put a few scratches into your record, so that's why I'm a little suspicious of it.
You said I was good at menial tasks. I love this conversation. Oh.
Hilarious. Which has nothing to do with the movie Bedazzled, by the way.
Yeah, the Showtime rotisserie, that was it.
Rotisserie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Popeil Ronco Showtime. Popeil Ronco Showtime rotisserie. That was it.
There we go. Apparently they still sell them. I think it does a great job of cooking your chicken if you're going to cook a whole chicken. So, hey, don't shy away if you like your chicken.
And if you have space for the
rotisserie chicken is amazing. It's great. I understand why he bothered to spend all this time making a little device that does that. By the way, there are a lot of
I gave you
contemporary
the one.
record cleaners that are actually worth your time. And if you want to know, just PM me. I've seen a few of these. Some of these go for a lot of money, and some of them go for much less money. Always worth keeping your wax clean because.
Hi,
hey,
Dean. Yeah, Showtime Rotisserie. That was it.
boom.
Oh, okay. Eric says, a YouTube video got me into the band Porcupine Tree recently. Okay.
So good. Gotta tell you,
Could be dazzling.
been having a lot of fun with this baby over here, which is the air fryer. Very low oil.
I'm
couple
a
of
fan.
sprays
I'm a fan.
of the oil from the can there. I tell you, so calorie-wise, it's kind of what's in this.
Record cleaner. We have some record cleaner, but I doubt if it was from Ronco.
No, it was not. No, it was not. Anyway. I should refill my
Do you
water.
need a drink?
I should refill my water, so I'll be right back. How's your water doing?
It's fine.
Fine. Okay, be right back, folks.
I haven't been drinking it. I've been drinking martinis. Oh, Amy says, I saw Porcupine Tree at City Winery. Okay. I love it. Love it. And I like the way these conversations are happening across platforms. YouTube people are saying things and Facebook people are responding.
So people are actually
Makes me
potentially
happy.
watching on both platforms
Yes.
the way that they have complete access to?
Exactly.
I wish you would. Because all sorts of people are coming in from different directions and it's totally free for you. Go to town and talk to each
It also
other.
says they used rotisseries at a popular convenience store chain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was that rolling
I
rotisserie
love.
that does the hot dogs, of course. That's
Wait,
that's a
sing
common
the
thing.
song.
Which song?
Rolling Roaster.
Oh, Rolling Roaster was a chicken joint in Brooklyn. And their song was, we're not so fast, rolling roaster. We're not so fast, rolling roaster. And I can't remember the rest of the song. But they took their damn
don't know
time
it.
getting your roasted chicken to you. And they wanted to let you know about that. I bet it was a pretty good
Okay.
leg of chicken. Too.
Ever hear of a band called Clutch?
Clutch.
I have not. but-
Industrial trucker funk. No, this is getting fun.
Industrial. I love it.
This is getting fun. I gotta tell you. I've listened to a lot of music lately of all sorts of styles, and it's always fun to hear about new things. And today you can explore at ease and find something you really like. And if you find something you really like and the band's on tour,
Oh.
go to see them.
Teen says, I was going to post a pic of the Aphrodite's Child album, the inside freaky picture, but can't post pics here, it seems. Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
It's a shame. Post a link to where you can see pictures, like
Exactly.
maybe Discogs, and then people will be
Exactly.
able to see. Go to town. As far as record cleaners, I do a couple methods, but the industrial cleaner is the VPI. If you want one, it'll cost you a few bucks, but boy, will that do the job better than anything.
It's no Ronco.
And it's it's no Ronco. It kind of smokes a Ronco at 60 miles an hour, and it is no Monk's machine. There's a machine called the Keith Monk's, which is something like $4,000. This is a tenth that price.
Oh, you gave me a
Seriously.
Herb Alpert last month.
Oh, hey, nice. So that's the stuff. Conversation with people on both platforms.
I love it.
Thanks, Ed. You know, that's awesome.
That's Errol.
Oh, it's Errol. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
ED. I'm sorry. I keep saying like Ed. Hey, Ed. You know, Errol. Errol. Well, we do
Not
too.
Ed.
We keep switching back and forth and back and forth. And the simple fact is, it's 10 o'clock. I haven't had a drink. Is it about time I had something?
I think you should.
It's about time. What the hell? You got something going on.
I've
Okay.
got a drink.
I got you, babe. Let's make this happen. Shall
For
we?
what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get yourself a. What are you gonna make?
Well, let's see here. You got that martini going on.
I got a martini.
Uh-huh.
Night, Nora.
Hey!
Oh no.
Honors. Well, that's something.
All right. Well, I hope we get to see you soon.
Well, folks, don't you think I should have a drink tonight?
I think you should.
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, I got you, babe. So let's actually go with this. Oh, that's the right chick. It's just a
What
black
do you
one.
think you'll make?
How about a Manhattan? You good? Martini's going
Good.
on. I go for a Manhattan myself.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like a lot of our parents back in the day had Herb Alpert records.
They all did. Every single one had Herb Alpert. Your parents did. My parents did. Absolutely.
Oh, Disney for the win. We do need to do a Bedazzler.
Yeah.
At some point. That's a great idea. We need to do like a whole Ron Co episode.
Oh, you could go for a while, and then you start getting into KTL. And you can tell it's KSL. Hilarious. So anyway, yeah, let's make something here. Do people like Manhattan cocktails? I do. So this is the way I make it.
Do you? I do. Well, so that's what we're
doing. So I would say...
Oh, thruft.
Look, you go into your average bar these days. Not really a cocktailian place. They don't know what the hell rye is. And you say, I'd like a rye Manhattan, because you're a connoisseur. They reach for a bottle of Canadian Club. Yeah, no, that's not right. I say bourbon Manhattan. That's what I got. If I had rye, I'd use it. There's some great bottles of rye out there. There's some that are actually quite reasonably priced. There are some that are outrageous. It's fun. This was originally a rye cocktail, so I would veer that way. But right now I'm using bourbon. Now we're going with 2 ounces.
Oh, did we do something for the Lunar New Year yesterday? We have not, but we can still celebrate.
And I hear you about having to adjust your handle because somebody else has already nabbed it. Rah! What are you going to say?
Oh my gosh. Paul used Ed Calvert or E.D. Calvert because there's another by the same name. Who would have thought?
Manhattan.
So weird.
Isn't it about time I had a drink tonight? I got to tell you. So the perfect Manhattan is the way I like them. The perfect is just with both kinds of vermouth. Nothing fancy. Now, if you use both kinds of vermouth, use half as much of each, or you're getting a very diluted cocktail.
Hi, Aaron. Good to see you.
I would use normally half an ounce of the sweet, so I'm going to use a 1/4 ounce of the sweet.
We have not watched the Herb Alpert movie yet. No, but I plan to just stay in all weekend watching movies.
Got some time, so we can check that out. Joe says still do. Yeah, we have the entire TJB collection.
Yep.
Stem to stern is Lonely Bowl all the way to Beat of the Brass and a little bit beyond. That is the collection right there. That's a lot of fun music. 1/4 ounce of the dry vermouth too. So it's sum total of ½ ounce of vermouth, equal parts sweet and dry, 2 ounces of your bourbon. That's your base right there. It's not a cocktail yet until you have the bitter, so let's do that.
Okay, Joe says it's 11 days Lunar New Year, so you have plenty of time. Okay, good.
There you go.
Got back from Atlanta and just suddenly everything, we felt like we were behind on everything.
Oh boy, I gotta tell you. Looney New Year.
There's just someone in my head, but it's not me. My parents had 12 records and 4 were Herb Alpert, Dean says.
I'm going to guess that those 4 were, in order, Going Places, Whipped Cream.
Hi, Carol Ann.
Sounds Like, and maybe Lonely Bowl. That would be the 4.
Looney New Year, vodka and carrot juice. I love that idea. That's great.
There we go. Yep.
I just covered it in peanut butter, your suggestion. That will hurt the sound.
I always talk about really grungy records as in, wow, a lot of peanut butter on those groups, and you got to get it out. So I'm going to add some bitters. I'm adding Abbott's, long gone off the market. They've been gone since like 1950. So don't look for them. But you can find a formula online. You can adjust it accordingly, infuse all the stuff and make it like I did. And here we go, 5 dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Aaron says dry January is over and I have a bunch of liver damage to do. Oh, I love it.
We don't really believe in dry January on here, but I'm glad you did it.
Well, it's not a matter of belief. I just,
We got a liquor show. We got to do things. Otherwise, people are saying, "Where's the booze?" So, take a nice. And let that rest.
Thrift store cowboys. They sound fun.
Hello. Lubbock, Texas.
All right.
Lubbock, Texas, historically home of some fairly famous rockers now, isn't it? Hello.
I love it.
Good stuff. I love the music discussions. It usually devolves to The Christmas album. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Hello. Now that probably would have been number 5 on the list. You know, if you don't, but did I get the other 3 right? Bingo. The Christmas one is excellent. Well worth your time. We didn't have that when I was a kid. Why? Everybody had that. It's weird. But eventually I got 2 copies and I gave one.
People didn't have hundreds of records back then.
Maybe they didn't.
Part.
You know, records cost money. Eventually I found a couple copies of that at the thrift and I gave one to my mother so she would have the Christmas record. So that was it. We were able to play that around Christmas time. We played it when we were up there.
You played it.
I played
Did
it.
she play it?
Oh, I don't know if she ever put it on in particular. She was never that much into playing records. She played the radio.
Oh, Aaron, yeah, we could definitely make cocktails with your hot sauces besides Bloody Mary.
Oh, yeah.
I love a challenge like that.
We've got some Satan sauce over there. That's a hot sauce that'll burn your face off. And we've made drinks with that. And then, of course, there's the boot jalokia powder. You want to talk about... Yeah, no, that's incendiary. Let's talk. Shall we?
Sounds awful, doesn't it? Looney Tunes, the first thing I came up with.
Bingo, bingo. Okay, and strain into a chilled cocktail glass, and here we go.
I think it's hilarious.
And there's your Manhattan
We got
cocktail.
some carrot liqueur one time, which was definitely...
We didn't get the carrot. We bought the beet.
No, but, okay, we bought the beet, but we tried the carrot.
Yeah.
The carrot was definitely an acquired taste.
It was unique. The beet's an acquired taste, but I think that's a great Bloody Mary thing.
It is.
Literally made from beets. Anything fermentable will do it. Okay, that's a little full. A lot of sap, so I'm going to actually drain that a little bit. There we go.
If you need help, I'll take a sip to help you out.
Go to town. Got to make space for the cherry. One will tell you. Satan Sauce does sound like a punk band. Punk band or metal band. One of those death metal bands. Kind of
You made room for your cherry.
Thank you. Beautiful. And what do you know? There's a bonus bit. There's the sidecar. Yay. I like the sound of
Hot sauce does good for a Bloody Mary. I know a lot of people like the hot Bloody Marys.
I, with regularity, as a matter of course, while making a Bloody Mary for anybody, would throw in a few dashes of Tabasco. Very specifically Tabasco sauce. If you are visiting us and you would like a Bloody Mary, I will make sure I have the ingredients on hand. And if you like a different hot sauce, well, we can accommodate that too. But yeah, I think that belongs in there. A couple of dashes of Tabasco, a couple of dashes of Worcestershire. Absolutely.
Oh, Joe says it is the year of the water tiger. A water tiger year occurs once every 69 years. You need some drinks honoring that. Okay.
69, dude.
Sounds like we need to do preparation for this.
I think we'll check that kind of stuff out.
Beets are great for color. The funny thing is, I think the beet liqueur was just pure clear. It's up in the attic, I think.
Yeah, it's clear liqueur.
Yeah, it is clear, but...
It's distilled, so the color's gone. But the flavor is very sharp.
Oh, Julie. Bless my little naive heart. That's funny.
When you look carefully, you look at somebody who's covered in whipped cream. You look carefully, you realize that the base of her...
Oh, 60.
The base of her is this sort of like
alive.
Fluffy stuff that you put around a Christmas tree. It's like a
batting.
wrap. Yeah, it's like batting.
Batting.
And they just had to cover her all up. And of course, you realize that you're not putting actual cream on a model under hot lights. It is actually shaving cream.
Oh my gosh.
Tim Harden. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Sonny and Cher, Tim Harden, Gordon Lightfoot, and the Mamas and the Papas, and plenty of Reuniti
Lambrusco.
Reuniti.
Reuniti on ice.
Yeah.
How nice.
Reuniti on ice. Reuniti so nice. Yep.
I was just hearing the Mamas and the Papas on the radio and remembering how, like, they're really brilliant harmonies. Absolutely brilliant. I don't believe Michelle was really singing on their records, but Mama Cass was. Naomi was.
Well, was she
absolutely
doing two parts like Rosemary Clooney and White Christmas?
She might have actually been doubling up on the voice because she had the voice. Wow, what a voice. And Gordon Lightfoot, I was playing some recently.
I was about to say, he was just playing Gordon Lightfoot the other day.
Sundown album has a lot of great stuff on it. I gotta say, I grew up on Gord. I know. He is the ultimate party killer with The Wreck. We all know about The Wreck. The Wreck was a real thing. He sang about it. But the Sundown, I think, is one of those killer songs.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the beet liqueur is very earthy tasty.
Yes.
You were correct.
Earthy, a little gritty. If you like beets and if you like bitter, you want to try this and you might like it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool. And I thought I could do a lot of things with this.
Yeah, it's good. It's just, it's specific. I'll put it that way.
It will stand up well to tomato juice, thus the whole Bloody Mary collection.
Aaron says, I like to use it to make things purple. Yeah, the beet. Yeah. Right?
Beets.
Yeah, it's so weird that the beet liqueur is just clear. But
yeah, here's a vote for Cass. She was astonishingly good. And, of course, the group ran into some trouble a couple of years in, and they kind of split up and got back together and split up. They spent their time producing that Monterey Pop Festival, and after that, they were like, done. It's like, you just highlighted a festival. What happened, But she had a solo career and had a couple of 3 hits. And then she had a TV show, and then she was in that Puff and Stuff movie. Oh. So she did well for a while. And then she made a couple of albums with Dave Mason. And then she was touring in London, and, she died. And that's a really unfortunate thing. She was stupid young, like 32, something like that. Yeah. Really stupid young.
The beat goes on.
I am not entirely sure there was a bad version.
Yeah, the beet liqueur. We got it from, I don't remember the name of it, and it's up in the attic, but we got it from
a joint in.
We bought it in Reading. We bought it in Reading Market in Philadelphia, and
they had the whole section there that was dealing with liquor.
And it was a local distiller.
Product. Local distiller was making some really weird products.
Carrot. They had beet.
They had a vodka. Really they had a gin. Flavors. They had some fun stuff. Definitely worth checking out. I got to find the name of them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, Dawn. Good to see you.
Hello. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Dawn, I'm glad you're here.
Go obey is forbidden. Yeah. No big surprise there, Don.
Carol Ann says, my son is a marine engineer. The morning at 4 a.m., I drove him to Logan Airport for his first sea term. Started the car and boom, Edmund Fitzgerald. Oh my gosh.
Does the heart some good.
Oh, jeez.
There you go, son. There you go, son. Out to sea.
Oh, God.
Take care.
Yeah, that is a big brain. Disney for the win is right. That's a big brain, but wow. Mm-hmm. I have a habanero carrot passion fruit sauce I'm working on.
Oh, you do?
That sounds amazing.
Well, when you've got it the way you like it, if you want to share it, you can drop it here.
Sounds amazing.
That is funny. Send us a PM or something. We experiment with these flavors.
I know. Well, we need to. We do have the sauce you sent us recently, which is amazing. We need to.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We're going to do our brunch broadcast in the next couple of weeks. So,
got a little green sauce sitting there that it's really good. Having it for breakfast on eggs, it's really, really good on stuff, I got to say. So, yeah, that's interesting. And I like that flavor combo. Good in cocktails. Just saying. More than Bloody Mary. So you can do that with a lot of sort of like these clear cocktails that we do fine. Isn't it about time we had a couple of cocktails? I can't believe we did this whole broadcast and we finally got to this.
I love a martini.
2 at the most.
2 at the most.
What happened to 3?
3 went to the table.
You don't ever go to 4, do you? No. Well, there you go. It's like they say.
Oh, can I add the glitter to it? Oh.
Hello. Oh.
I love me some glitter.
Hello, Aaron. You are really pulling.
I love me some glitter.
You're pulling my chain there. Wow. I think that's an excellent idea. Actually, that sounded wrong. You're not pulling my chain as much as you're pushing that button to me that says.
I'm going to assume you're all familiar.
Interesting.
With the Dorothy Parker poem. I love a martini. 2 at the most. 3 I'm under the table. 4 I'm under my host.
Oh! Hi,
Sandra. Good to see you.
You recognize that theme? You're of a certain age.
We do need a brunch day, Lisa. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this weekend is I can't pull it together, but next weekend, which will be the weekend before my birthday.
I think we can make things happen.
Make that work.
Haven't done a brunch in a while. We sit in a different location and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, time for a tiger cocktail. I love it. Yeah.
There are, well, there's the Mai Tai Garita,
No.
which was pioneered by
The tiger.
by a different mixology person. But I think we could do some fun things. Oh, yeah. I could think about what might go into a tiger. It would definitely have to have some rower, either like a lot of octane or just some fun hot flavors. You know how it is. Definitely.
What's a fun hot flavor?
It will not have raw.
Glendora can handle 4. Disney. Yes.
There you go.
Glendora can't handle 4. Glendora can drink you under the table.
She could. She's that kind of gal.
She's not going over the Andy Warhol 3 martini lunch. 4 on the floor, John says. I love this.
You know the math south of the border, of course, with tequila, because this is the native product locally. Tequilas, mezcals, and some other things, by the way. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila. I forget the rest. Well, you know what we're talking about. So, but that math is absolutely true. And if you don't watch out, it is in fact 4 tequila. Ow, wow. Yep. But definitely.
Ow.
Azoo. But I would say the same, like, 1 whiskey, 2 whiskey, 3 whiskey. Yeah. I do not, you don't see me doing shots on this show. There's a reason. And I see these DJs on these shows doing shots. We're going to do a shot every hour. Yeah, you're going to keep spinning the vinyl? Oh, boy.
Well, I think if you did 1 shot an hour, that's actually not that much.
In terms of actual liquor content, I happen to do a mixed drink that has been diluted to strength, and it takes a little while to get down.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Oh, tigers! Yeah, tigers do eat raw meat.
A frozen drink with active charcoal syrup. Oh my gosh!
Got to see if I can find a place where I can get raw wildebeest, and then I can make the tiger cocktail properly.
Tiger stripes in the cocktail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the. It's great.
You remember?
It's also making me think of brunch because Tony the Tiger.
You remember the actual voice of Tony the Tiger, of course. Thorough. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And Sherry's pointing out tigers eat meat, something that complements steak.
Hot sauce.
And hot sauce could work.
Hot sauce, steak sauce.
Yes.
Working on flavors here.
Yes.
But definitely.
Yes.
Tigers are absolutely carnivores.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, thank you, Disney. Disney's saying Glendora is a fun sketch. Has Paul ever thought of it? Well, Paul's been known to inhabit Uncle Sid, Glendora's daddy, now and then.
Your father shows up from time to time and gets into trouble.
Yeah.
He's a versatile kind of a guy, though, at the end of the day. Oh, yeah.
All these possible combinations of drinks. Does anyone think of statistics?
I know a few drinks and I'm into statistics.
I know a few people who could come up with statistics.
And if I have to work the statistics, I start thinking of drinks.
Oh, wait, Elizabeth's saying, how about the Roger Sterling
Martini.
Oyster Mad Men lunch special?
I remember a particular episode where it was about a 5 martini lunch and about 3 dozen oysters. That was a bad combo.
Yes.
But I would do some oysters. Oysters I enjoy. You eat them raw.
Yep.
I know. That definitely makes me in the carnivorous faction. I know it's really going to gross some people out. But
add a frosted flake on the drink as garnish.
There we go. Crush up some frosted
flakes
dip.
rim.
There we go.
Yes, Amy, the frosted flakes rim.
2 different correspondents have arrived at the logical conclusion.
Those are both really good ideas. And
there we go. I think
frosted flakes come in a huge box, so you could just do both.
You could do a lot. I think we've got a whole brunch thing going on here.
Oh. Followed by Dunch and Linner.
Hey, I gotta tell you, something else over there.
Dunch and Linner.
I've never actually had a meal that consisted strictly of oysters, although we've certainly had oysters to start, and I think half a dozen between a couple of people.
Maybe a snack from an Exxon vending machine for a dollar.
Oh! Gonna put a tiger in your tank.
Oh!
I've got a tiger in my tank, it's plain to see. So there you go. Well, I've been enjoying my 1 drink all evening. I can't believe it took me this long to get to it. Wow.
You're way behind. Way behind in your drinking.
I guess I am. But, you know, I guess you got to your one drink, too.
I got to
That's
mine.
the thing.
Good.
About time I had something. Because here's the thing, like, I don't really like to repeat a drink. When we do these broadcasts, I like something, and then something else, and then something else. So, like, if we had an idea tonight, like, let's make martinis Manhattans, I'm glad we could just get to one of them. So that's the fun part of it. A lot of discussion going about music still. I tell you,
know.
I feel like we should be getting a stipend from the record companies because I feel like we're selling a few records here. Well, good, because bands need to eat too. And if you enjoy the music, support your local band. If you can see them live, I know it's tough right now.
You were born with 2 fists for a reason.
Yep. If you can see your local band, then go to town. Please do. If you can support them, but one way or another, you know that they will appreciate it. They're making the music for you. I enjoy local bands. You know?
Oh, one of these days I'll bring out my alter ego, Snort Nerviter.
Excuse me, Snort.
Snort.
I'm getting a real Muppet thing off of that name, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I love these ideas. So
Hey.
good.
The big fun happens.
Amy, I do feel like you sold a few tickets tonight.
You told
To us.
You told the entire crew here, like the 10 groups that are touring right now, and then you had to like beg off because you're like, okay, that's it. You know, there's a lot
I'm not
of
going to
that.
sell any more tickets right now.
A lot happening right now. I hope there's some things happening. It's kind of like it's almost possible for all this to happen in a safe way. I know we're still all in a situation.
In a safe way.
And
This is all going to happen in a grocery store?
oh, true. Well, maybe in an empty safe way. I've heard of such
It's
things.
going to happen in a safe way. It's all going to happen in a grocery store. All these bands are going to play in a grocery store.
Well, you know, I might have heard of such things in my time. It's a big fun. It's a fun big.
One big.
Snort.
We want snort.
Snort.
We want snort.
Oh, yeah. You had the whole episode where, like...
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember the
I love
elevator?
Mad Men.
Elevator was out of order because Don had arranged for it to be out of order by paying off the guy.
Yeah.
He was getting back at Roger for a very specific incident because Roger was being inappropriate. You know, a little touchy-feely in the 60s. Hello. But, you know, it's a well-written series, and it's worth your time. We certainly made our way through the entire series. I actually think I missed a few episodes. Gotta go back. But by now you can probably
Lost
stream
in
them various
supermarket.
places. And if you're interested in retro, we saw the exhibit at the Museum of Moving Image, and I gotta say the detail on that show was really solid. It was tight.
I can no longer
You were
shop.
hard pressed to find something that they kind of tripped up on. It was cool.
I can no longer shop happily.
I am all lost. I can't possibly do it. Well, you know, I'm sorry. London is calling. I must go.
Wu-Tang Honey Tiger style cocktail.
Ah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
You know, is that something that they pioneered and placed on one of their albums? Because, hello. Anyway. It's about that time.
Is it that time? Oh, that's a Bork, Bork, Bork. Not to be confused with the singer Bjork.
Bjork.
Which, Bjork.
Actually pronounced Björk. Well, it's pronounced Björk. Why can't they spell it that way? Yeah. Well, she's got an umlaut over there, so that might actually explain the Björk. Well,
Is
folks,
it that time?
it may be
Is
that
it
time.
to-
Is it kind of fun? Yeah.
It is.
It's been great. And we're so glad you could have all joined us tonight. As usual, it devolved into music.
Or Robert
Isn't that
Bork,
the
the
place to be?
Supreme Court nominee.
Bjork.
You guys are just as geeky as we are, and I love
This
it.
is literally 35 years ago by now. Who remembers Bob Bork? Good grief.
He calls him Bob, of course.
Well, I was good
Bob
friends.
Bork.
So there you go.
Oh, good night.
Mhm.
Oh, we're starting to get the good nights. Oh, it makes me sad, but I know.
Look, it's been a great broadcast. I know
we gotta get off of here while we're still standing.
I know we only got to one cocktail per head this evening, but hey, you know.
We'll
what
do
the heck?
better next week.
Who knows? The simple fact is, at the end of the day, I got you, babe. So, it's been so fantastic to talk to you during a Groundhog Day broadcast. Oh, yeah, there's the movie, too. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth your time. And if you have, it's worth another look. That's a lot of fun.
Emergency wishes.
All fun about repetition
Check,
and how it
yeah.
affects your life. And cycles go round and round. Will it come round in circles? The entire
Oh,
world.
thank you, Disney. Hit
The entire
the
world is about
like.
circles. Circles and cycles. This is a spherical thing we're on. The sun is a spherical thing. And the entire universe is variations on vibrations, which echo forever.
Carol
and
says
ever.
when we binge watch
out there.
Mad Men, the bourbon goes away quicker. That tends to happen when you binge watch Mad Men.
Bourbon and wine and a lot of vodka. A lot of vodka martinis. Because, of course, these were mid-60s Mad Men.
Oh, thank you, everyone. We love you guys so much.
Yep.
You don't even know.
Please.
Oh.
Good stuff. Well,
all right.
I will
So
tell you.
we will be back next Wednesday.
Another live sort of thing. We'll figure out the theme.
Yes.
We'll pop it on you during the
And
weekend.
then
You
the
check it
weekend after, not this weekend, but the weekend after that, I think we'll do another brunch broadcast.
Brunch, anybody?
'Cause those
Brunch,
are
anybody?
fun.
They're a lot of fun. We can do different things.
Oh.
Might involve a little tomato juice. Might involve a lot of cava. I'm just saying. Prosecco, my friend.
I think a lot of kava is pretty much guaranteed.
I
but-
think it's kind of
Yeah.
guaranteed around these
All
parts.
right, so we
And you could go so
we
much
got a
more
date.
wrong.
We got a date next Wednesday, and we got a date
2 weeks.
after that on the weekend.
We can dig it. Well, folks, as always, it's been fantastic to see you with us. We're so glad you could be with here together.